Yeah, and welcome to Business Party Podcast. Another wonderful Wednesday evening for all you freedom loving motherfuckers. How are you guys doing? Jackie is not feeling very well right now.
I have a bucket to the side just in case.
Yeah,
I'm about to be sick myself. I just opened up Twitter and I just saw transracial race hustler Rachel Dolezal has an OnlyFans.
oh yeah.
Oh
Did you
yeah.
Oh,
Stop.
don't just wait. Just wait till you look how much she makes doing it.
Is that
too.
going to make me throw up even more?
Yes, because you're gonna be so fucking pissed
Oh.
off.
Can I
It
be
is
trans
ridiculous.
rich? Can I be
Right.
trans rich? You can be transracial. Can I be just trans rich?
Yeah. Get trans rich.
Oh my
I
god.
identify as your bank account. That's what-
your bank account identifies as mine now. Oh my god. Yeah, sorry. I
heard
pulled up
about that
Twitter
on-
and that's
Of course, I heard about that on Drinking Bros. Of any
Of course.
podcast that you would fucking think of that could talk about it.
No. No.
I'm sorry. I just as the song was ending, my brain was just exploded and melted and refroze like Scorpion from fucking or Sub-Zero from Mortal Kombat. Like, yeah. But yeah, sorry. How was everybody's week?
Well, it's
It's
been all
a
right.
hell of a week, right?
Yeah.
It's a roller coaster of emotions this week. There's
Yeah, we
ups
got a
and
lot
downs.
of shit going on news wise.
A lot of fucking I
Absolutely.
told you so's.
Yeah, right.
Holy
Yeah.
shit. How long have we been saying all this shit for? And nobody wants to listen? But
Right.
no. Conspiracy theorists, you guys are conspiracy theorists. You guys don't know what you're. No, we
Mhm.
told you so, you fucks.
But of course,
But of course.
Mhm. I mean, we got what is it? Everyone's like, it's so funny. So during the Super Bowl, I really didn't see many people like in my town or people I've interacted with wanting the Kansas City Chiefs to win. There was a lot more people rooting for the 49ers and all this
right? Because they're
stuff.
fucking. They want to kick Taylor Swift in the fucking rat teeth that she has. They're probably tired of seeing her.
Yeah. And I was just like, no, you have to understand. They're going to win.
Yeah, I knew
they
it.
have
I
to
knew they were
finish
gonna
the
win.
story.
Well, and here's another thing. I mean, it's that, and we can bring up some points in the game where it looked like it was fucking scripted because seeing how the back for San Francisco fucking tackled the goddamn Kansas City wide receiver instead of Patrick Mahomes. But let's not go there.
No,
yeah.
it was fair.
Bullshit.
It was a fair. If it was
Bullshit.
any
Oh my
bullshit
God.
call, if there was any
just
bullshit
because
call,
you lived there for 5
You-
seconds. Oh
you
my
watch your
God,
mouth,
fan
madam.
banger. You.
But look, here's the thing. I can't bet against Patrick Mahomes though. It's hard to bet against him when you know he's that fucking good. I mean, but
dude, you
I knew
can't
he
give
was
him
going to
2
win.
minutes. You can't listen.
Yeah.
For everybody who bags on men who are good at with 2 minutes, Patrick Mahomes is the best with 2 minutes. All right, Patrick Mahomes does the most with 2 minutes.
He's
Anybody's
clutch
ever
in those
seen.
2 minutes.
I'm just telling you, the results of the Super Bowl is it has confirmed my claims that I've been telling you all about from last year when they beat the Eagles about how it's all scripted because of the Peyton Manning and the Netflix special on like quarterbacks or whatever. They had to have a winner in there.
Yeah.
Listen, I'm telling you right
Don't you?
now, the shots that were heard today were not surprising because I went outside after the Super Bowl and all the fucking fireworks are going off, and I was on live, and all of a sudden all I hear is pop, 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 and I'm like, those are gunshots. And then 2 minutes later, Amanda comes running outside and she goes, yeah, they were. And I go, can you go grab my 9, please, just in case? And she's like,
to defend against
I
said
want to
shots.
join in too. Pop, 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 pop.
No, that's what she thought. She goes, well, you're not doing it. I go, I'm just in case.
Oh.
She goes, we live in a good neighborhood. They probably were aiming at the ground. And I'm like, I don't live
Yeah.
in Jersey anymore. They don't do stupid shit where they
Right.
fucking. I remember one year my grandfather told me he saw some kids just strolling on some ice, shooting fucking guns in the air. He was going to get the car after New Year's, and I'm like, oh.
Just because.
But-
But
Yes.
we have some special guests today joining us. We've got. I don't know how to introduce them now. I gotta stop. My brain was working fine until it wasn't. Okay.
Yeah.
I know. I'm having a Biden moment right now. But yeah, so we have great people on today. I'm very excited to introduce you all to them. We've got Mick and Velan with the Patriot Party podcast. Let's bring them in.
Yeah.
What's up, y'all?
Hello.
What's happening?
Shit,
How are you guys?
Many people. Oh no, wrong one. Hold on.
Hey,
Yes.
shutting down.
Did you see it in my eyes? It happened, and I was like,
I did. I should have hit the button. I was like right there. I was like, just went cross-eyed. That's it. It's all over.
Waiting for one eye to just start flickering, like.
She just went all Nancy Pelosi, like, "Hi, good welcome. It's Sunday."
Or the
Hi,
fucking,
good
or the
morning. It's a
Hi,
Sunday
good night,
morning.
everybody.
the Fetterman. Hi, good night, everybody.
Good night, everybody.
What the fuck?
Well,
Out of their head.
What happened to that man's brain? All of a sudden, he went to a reactor and it got re-scrambled back to normal. It's like, what the
Right?
fuck happened?
They replaced him.
Yeah,
Yeah,
they got his blank.
Yeah.
That's
Listen,
it.
his wife's social media disappeared out of nowhere. She went to Canada while he was being recircuited, came back. She's gone now.
she left
some
with
weird
the fake John Fetterman, and they just put the new one in.
Right.
Probably.
Or her blank wasn't ready yet. One of the two. I'm telling you, if we go smash his head with a baseball bat, blue ink is going to go everywhere.
Probably.
I am fucking telling you that is happening.
I think she just replaced him with a vibrator. I think that's what it was. She just needed a new
Oh.
one, so she just replaced him. No, never mind.
Is that a
possibility.
seizure joke? Because that's just uncouth. Never mind.
What? First of all, I got to be able to spell couth to have it, so I have no idea what the fuck that word is.
Like, and it's very rare to make a Caesar joke. I mean, it's
Thank you.
I used to make it all the time about him.
I don't know what you're talking about. I can make fun of that shit because I've had them. So fuck you all. I know what's around the fucking floor like a dead fish is.
Seriously, with the retard hands going on, it's ridiculous.
oh.
Yeah.
Listen, I have
Well-
a cousin who have seizures, so I can do it. Okay.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
See,
I
there
give
you
a
go.
shit. I don't really fucking care.
Actually,
I'm gonna offend you, trust me.
he hasn't had a seizure in like 2 years now.
Ever since I started smoking weed again.
Yeah.
There you go.
Stopped eating processed food, started distilling our water, and started smoking weed and microdosing, and no more
Yeah.
seizures, hardly any PTSD, very little pain. It's kind of life changing.
Well, I mean,
Amazing.
so Biz and
funny.
Jackie.
Just do all the shit that they tell you not to do.
Right. Yeah.
Revert to being a child again. Awesome. So Biz and Jackie know you two for a while. I am just meeting you now for the first
Mhm.
time.
Nice to meet
I'm
you.
I'm Davey. Nice to meet y'all. So who are you?
Yes. Let the people know.
Introduce yourselves. Let people
Yeah.
know who you
Oh.
are, where they can find you.
Yeah.
You do that.
And like what
all
your
the
podcast is
nitty-gritty.
about, and all that jazz.
Which one? Yeah, we have so many now.
There you
So who are we? Well, let's see. Mick's a veteran. He's affectionately known as Dick Punch because he used to like to shoot Afghanis in the dick from a mile away.
Hey.
Yeah, you take what 52 pairs of testicles now?
Boom.
53? 53. Yes. Okay.
One was just one.
Just one ball.
Yeah, I only got one nut. I was a little right. Should have been a little bit more left. I think I got a little bit of his leg too.
You Tom Green, the poor motherfucker.
Right.
Well, no, the first time it ever happened, it was an accident. We got into a firefight. We were walking down a road going to a Ashura that we're supposed to be talking to these old fucking Afghani fucks. And on the way down the road, we got fucking lit up, and we were fighting uphill, which is not the way you want to fight. It's like fighting out of a basement. What the fuck are you doing in the basement in the first place? And you don't want to fight from that angle. And I saw one of these little fuckers pop up, and the only thing I had on me at the time was my long rifle. I didn't equate for elevation, and didn't equate for a couple other things that I should have, that I was zeroed for 300 yards and not where I was shooting. And this guy was a lot closer than 300 yards. So the bullet was a lot lower than where it was supposed to be.
Mhm.
And the bullet went right, split the twig and berries. I mean, right in between, right into the gut. How do I know that? Because we found him. Because
Ooh.
he let out a blood curdling scream. Everybody stopped shooting. I mean, I can't even reenact the scream. The scream it stopped everybody. Nobody fired around. Everybody just listened.
Every motherfucker on the field's like
groaned, like, oh my God, what was that? And finally, they started shooting again. We finally pushed through them. And then I got up to this guy. We found him. He had eventually died. But when we found him, my buddy he picked up the man dress. He's like, dude, you got him right. You split everything perfectly. I was like, bullshit. Oh, shit, I did. That's your nickname. That's what we're going to call you, Dick Punch. Done.
Nice.
6 months later, at the start. Well, no, at the start of every engagement from that time out, the way we started fighting, if we were picking the fight, they would have me sit out there and say, hey, just take one of the nuts. And that's just what we used. It was psychological warfare. It was like, hey, look, if you're going to fight us, fine. But you're going to hurt. It's going to fucking hurt. Good. I want you to fight us, but this is going to hurt. So
the guys on the other side, should we fight them? There's the dick shooters.
Dick punch. No.
We did this for 6 months. Every engagement, every one of our engagements was like this. Mm-hmm. We get to this next Shura, and I'm sitting there looking at, like, they have this wanted poster where the Taliban hang all the wanted posters on this one pole. Mm-hmm. I went to read them. And there's this one, I'm reading it, and I'm like, wait a minute, this can't be. I was like, no shit. So I ripped it down. I brought it over to my buddy. I'm like, hey, tell me that I'm reading this right. He looks at it. He goes, I suck with this written backwards language. I was like, yes, but try, just do your best. He's like, no, it says fistful of dicks. And I was like, what? And it says that they wanted 38,293 rubles, Afghani rubles, which works out to about a little over 1850 American. So they want
$18 and $18 for him.
I mean, that's a very finite amount of rubles to the three.
For the person who punches people with a fistful of dicks is how it actually translates. But when you actually untangle the words in Arabic or in Farsi, it actually works out to the man who punches dicks. Mm-hmm. And that was it. They were like, holy shit, they know about dick punch.
That's hilarious.
We were like, fucking crazy. I have my own wanted poster.
Listen, if Wolverine 4 comes out and all of a sudden I see Dick Punch comes out, I'm a shit my pants.
Dude, that'd be the most epic movie ever.
We need to send that shit to Ryan Reynolds and get
You do. For you. It's called Dick Punch. Yeah. Let me explain.
Then you can
explanatory.
Then you could do the play on the name. Instead of fistful of dollars, it could be fistful of dicks, and then it's about dick punching.
Somebody to rap about it.
You can have your own spinoff. Own Dick Punch and Bob.
Fuck all of that. You ready for this one? No. You ready for this one? There's what was it? North Dakota. Dick. Oh fuck! What's the name of the town? I just told you about it on the show. There's a actual town name in North Dakota. It's like Dick Punch, North Dakota. I swear to God, it's I'm trying to remember the fucking what's the name of it?
Mick Eastwood's new movie coming out called Fistful of Dicks.
I swear to God, it's no. There's this town in North Dakota. It's like Dick Shooter something, North Dakota. I think it is Dick Shooter, North Dakota.
Okay,
and I'm dead serious. Somebody sent it to me and said you need to go be the mayor of this town now, like tomorrow. Just go tell them what you did. You'll be mayor tomorrow. They will remove the other guy, or you will remove the other guy, and then you'll be mayor.
Ooh, that's close to South Dakota. We can go hunt that jackass down.
We could.
Good stuff.
But anyway, that's that part of the story. That's where the dick punch thing comes from.
So then he retired in 2017, literally 2016, just before Trump took office. So Bummer signed his retirement paperwork, which sucked. But then, we had 4 years of
bliss.
Money and kind of. I worked my ass off. I used to run a very large hotel, and it wasn't exactly bliss. It took some integration,
like a Howard Johnson.
we almost killed each other a few times when he came home and retired, but we worked through it. And then, then COVID hit. And I was actually like patient zero in Savannah because I ran a hotel. And it would have been 4 years ago today.
Yeah, Bill Barr. Yeah.
That Bill Barr was staying at my hotel with his FBI team. They had just come back from Wuhan. But because I was the only one in the hotel, the only manager, but really the only one in the hotel with any kind of security clearance, like any semblance of a security clearance, because of what he did, I had to have a basic security clearance, right? So I was the only one allowed, besides my general manager and my director of sales. I was the only, and I was the director of operations. So like the GM was the boss. I was the number 2. Director of sales was kind of on the lateral, right? We were the only 3 that knew who was actually in the hotel. They rented out an entire wing of the top floor. They had fucking Secret Service, FBI everywhere, cameras set up, all kinds of craziness, right? People were freaking out, literally freaking out. I had one guest grab a front desk agent by her tie and drag her over the desk and say, "You will tell me who's staying in the hotel." And I had her removed. I was like, no, she won't. She doesn't even know. And now neither will you ever get the fuck out of my hotel. And I kicked her out. Kept her money, kicked her out. Anyway, but because I was the only one who knew who it was, I was at the hotel for like 18 hours a day that whole weekend that they were there, which was Valentine's Day weekend of 2020. I ran the elevators, I ran the parking gates, I cleaned their rooms, I did, handled any engineering issues. I was actually riding down in the elevators with the head of Bill Barr's FBI team, who is this 6'7" something black guy, big bald head, like a huge teddy bear. Like he looked like he used to be a linebacker on a football team. Probably was. I don't follow football, so I had no idea. And we were talking about this new novel virus coming out of China because he had just come back from Wuhan.
Right.
And he made some comment about it. And I was like, that's such bullshit because they totally had every opportunity to name this the Kung Flu, but instead they have to go shit on a good beer like Corona.
Right.
And he thought that was the funniest fucking thing. And then like 2 weeks later, I hear on the news that there's an international incident because someone called it the Kung Flu to the Chinese ambassador. And I was like, I did that.
That's hilarious.
Dude, I remember you telling us that back then.
Yeah, when it happened, because we
started the podcast just before you got.
We started the podcast
because you were still working.
December of 20. I guess it was December of 2020, December 15th. And at that point, we were just doing audio. It was like maybe one show a week. And then when we bumped it up to, it was 2020.
No, because
it was 2020 because the election was 2020. So we literally December 15th of 2020 was our first show. Our third show, we dug into the vaccines and that got us kicked off as Spotify. And this was before they'd even rolled out, but they had that FDA slide that popped up for like 20 seconds. And we went through every single possible side effect. I couldn't even say things like thrombocytopenia at that point. Now it just rolls off my tongue because I've said it so many fucking times. And I know what it is too. That's just craziness. But we had Deplorable Janet on the show because she was a nurse and she walked us through everything and described everything to us. And we're watching it in real time now. Then we went to January 6th. That was our 5th episode. On the way home, we did an interview with a guy that was in the hallway when Ashley Babbitt died.
I remember that therapy.
Too. And then pretty much, the whole world changed.
Were you at the whatever the?
Okay. Did you see the
ellipse?
Were you at the ellipse?
We were both at the ellipse, and we went to the Capitol.
Yeah, we didn't go inside the Capitol. We didn't go anywhere we weren't supposed to go. We didn't go into any restricted areas or anything like that. We went. We saw a whole bunch of craziness. We saw the cops throwing flashbangs and all kinds of shit, basically firing at the protesters. Then we got an alert on our phone saying, "Get the fuck out! There's a 3 p.m. curfew." And we were like, "Okay, we're out. Bye."
Didn't you find it kind of weird that while you were at the ellipse, there was no service?
Oh
no.
They had a jamming bubble up.
They had the bubble up.
Yeah.
No, I know exactly
what it was.
Dude, I know exactly what the bubble is. I knew exactly what was going. It followed us, a matter of fact. And the reason, this is why I got kicked off of social media. Because when I got outside the bubble, I got on my phone and I just put out a message letting everybody know that we were safe, that we were okay, that everything was fine, blah, 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 blah. And they got my IP address and they summarily, if you go on my Facebook account still today, because they gave it back to me mysteriously, like years later. Yeah. All of a sudden, I woke up one morning and it said, "You have a Facebook account. Would you like to unlock it?" And I'm like, "What the fuck is this?" And sure enough, my Facebook account's back.
It was right after that court case.
Are you kidding me?
Not very long ago.
And I got my Facebook account back, but you can see my last post was January 27th.
January 7th.
January 7th
yep.
At 21. It was like, I think it was like 9 p.m.
Yep.
And it was my last post and I was gone for 3 years.
Yep.
Out of everything.
Yep.
X, Twitter, whatever you want to call it, gone. I got eliminated that night. Everything was down.
Yeah.
That was a wild place. So I was there with my ex-wife. We were at the Ellipse, and when like right after, because we left as soon as Trump was like wrapping up, because we were cold. We didn't dress properly. We had no idea. We just went, right. And
we knew, and we still didn't dress properly. So
and I'm walking through, and we left, and then we're driving home, and because I lived in Jersey at the time, so we're driving home, and all of a sudden I get a text message from a friend going, "Are you in the Capitol?" And I go, "What are you talking about?" And he goes, "Are you inside the Capitol?" I'm like, "No, we're on our way home." He goes, "You better turn on the news." And I go, "Why?" He goes, "Just turn on the news." And I turned on the news and I saw everything that was going on. I went, "Holy shit." I'm like, we were just there.
Well, the crazy thing is that like as an I was going in between like YouTube, like people's live streams that day.
Right.
And that was crazy of like people who've had GoPros and stuff on too when they were actually breaching the Capitol and everything. I was like, "Oh my Lord, what is happening?"
But I like.
And I was going, "Hoo, hoo, hoo."
I like the way
I was just like, "Oh my God, don't break anything."
The news was portraying everything, and I'm like, and I'm sitting there going, "That's not how it happened." Like they're like. Did you see those people going around talking about we're going into the Capitol, we're going into the Capitol, we're going to the Capitol, go to the Capitol?
Yeah.
Like I'm like, no, there was people because people still talk about it. Yeah. I'm like, no, there was people who didn't look like they would be Trump supporters going around telling everybody we're going into the Capitol, we're going into the Capitol. And I'm like,
yeah, those were cops.
Yeah.
Well, yeah.
Cops. Like we played a video just tonight on our show of a cop who's sitting there instigating everybody. And then he got his pecker slapped by one of the other cops. And when he got his pecker slapped, he turned real quick, opened his jacket while he's still yelling, and pulls out his badge and creds and shows it to the guy like, "Hey, don't hit me. I'm a fucking cop."
Mm-hmm.
Oh, no shit.
Yeah. They were all over the place.
They definitely were. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. I mean,
I got a question for you. So you were there. How many people do you believe were present on January 6th?
That were there?
Yep. How many people showed up that went all the way from?
Not based on what the media told you. How many people do you think did you see?
Holy fuck.
Would it be crazy if I told you
a bigger crowd than you've ever seen in your entire life?
In my entire life.
Yes.
In my entire life. It is the biggest crowd.
Yeah.
Would you be surprised if I told you 6.7 million people had showed up that day?
Holy shit. I've heard averages of around 1 million throughout the day. I believe also 6, 7.
Do you have
it went forever. Like you were walking towards the needle or whatever the hell they call that thing.
Mick, is Davey wearing your shirt tonight? The Cocaine Bear shirt?
Yeah.
Mick's like,
it's my favorite shirt.
Lindsay, thank you for the God bless you, by the way. I appreciate it.
I forget where I saw this shirt and I just Googled it and I was like, yep, I got this one and I got another one where he looks like the sheriff from Smokey and the Bandit and it says Cocaine Bear for President. I went hog wild. I was like, but yeah, no
Cocaine Bears.
Huh?
Must have the Cocaine Bear.
Yeah. It wouldn't surprise, like there was there was so many fucking people there. It was impossible to get how many people. And
Right.
but what I want to also say is like there was the most diverse crowd I've ever seen in my entire life. Like
Right.
for them to keep portraying it as, you know, it's a white supremacist, white. It wasn't. You had every single walk of life there, just having fun, having a good time, like talking. Like it was like a giant barbecue. Like people were there with fucking with their ice chests and shit like that. It was just a good time and people just having fun.
Big old
just
stop and steel tailgate.
Yeah, you can see this.
Yep.
That's
Damn.
the best way for me to
Yeah.
show it.
Yep.
That is about 1/4 of the crowd. Okay.
And that goes directly from the edge of the ellipse all the way to the Washington Monument. You can walk on heads.
Yeah. Do you want to
Right.
email that picture to me?
The reason we have the pictures, I got buddies that are uniform division of the Secret Service, and they sent me a bunch of pictures from the guys that were on top of the buildings. You remember those dudes, the snipers that were sitting up on top of those buildings?
Oh yeah. Mhm.
Okay. So you know what? One of those guys is one of my buddies. He took pictures from me up there and sent them to me. And they estimate in miles. So 1 mile, they have the distance from building to building, how big the street is, all the way down the street. If you remember, they had Constitution open and they had New York Avenue open. Both of them were packed with people. Two roads going directly to the Capitol. Both of those were blocked off by cops. They estimated the crowd. 1 block in DC is a mile in downtown DC.
Right.
They had 6 miles worth of people that crossed in front of one set of miles, 6 groups. So they estimated the crowd was estimated at 6 million people.
Damn, that is crazy.
It's and to be there and see that was nuts. It was fucking cool until everything happened, until everything popped off. And
actually on the way, like halfway to the Capitol, like as we were going, you could feel the like energy shift.
Yeah.
Everything changed. We even said, man, this is different. This is not what we were just at.
Well, so thank you for reminding me that I have this. But yeah, nobody brings this picture up ever.
Kick these fat out of DC, January 6th, 2020, Washington Monument, 11 a.m.
Yeah, these are all the protests that were all scheduled. They had like 12 of them.
rally
we
events.
have rally events. We have a whole map of all the rallies that were going on.
So you remember
Capitol.
You remember this guy, right? John Sullivan?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah. He was the leader of it. Just so happens he was one of the first ones in by who did he get paid by? Oh, CNN.
Yep.
Yeah, so
right?
guess what? He's not doing fucking jail time or really
Yes, he is.
political prisoner time.
Actually, he had a payback. Okay, so there was so much backlash about like because he was like Jaden X or whatever.
Yeah.
And he put out his videos and everything, and he had like videos of himself like teaching people how to dress in black bloc and everything beforehand too. But so CNN paid him like $75,000 or whatever for the footage that he had. So there was a bunch of backlash about it. He had to pay the money back. He's actually, I think he did go to a trial, and I think he did get some jail time too. But it was very, very hush hush, which I think is kind of weird.
Wait,
Why
he
would
was,
be hush
he was
hush?
the guy that went by Jaden X.
Yeah.
He was the dude that
Yes.
I saw him on January 6th. He was with that one chick. Who was that one chick that we ran into? She was really popular at the time, the blonde.
No, you're thinking of a different kid. You're thinking of that's not John Sullivan. You're thinking of the political activist from Atlanta that's actually Carl Rose butt boy.
Yeah.
That's not him. That's someone else.
Oh, you're talking about Ali Alexander.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
You mean was it Sammy Davis Jr.?
He said Carl Rose butt boy. Everybody knows who we're talking. Ali Alexander. Yep.
Oh yeah. I know who you're talking about.
Oh yeah. So anyway, and you know, when the January 6th committee put out their movie that they hired the ABC producer to be in, they put me in like the first minute. I'm the woman in the hoodie.
Oh, yeah.
And I'm saying, I can't tell you what's going to happen, but something's going to happen. You're just going to have to wait and see for yourself.
I'm standing right behind her, and deplorable Janet's standing right next to me.
So, and I was actually talking about cancel culture because, of course, they cut my 5-minute interview into that 5-second clip and made it sound like I was a fucking Proud Boy, because right after that they showed pictures of the Proud Boys marching, whatever, and the timestamps that were completely faked, by the way, and they're going to court over that. I tried to get on that court case, but since I've never been arrested, I've never even been interviewed. I have apparently no standing.
According to what's her name? I thought everybody.
Liz Cheney said that everybody in that video had been at least interviewed or investigated by the FBI. I've never been interviewed. I've never been investigated. And again, because of what Mick used to do and where we used to live when we moved about 2 years ago. But we lived on a little island that was full of alphabet agency people, right? All different. FBI, DEA, GBI. I mean, like, you could not walk 2 houses without hitting some kind of law enforcement agent. We'd all have barbecues together. We all went to the same church. So when this came out, I called up one of the guys that we used to go to church with, and I was like, hey, Gio, what the fuck? Like, you're investigating me and you didn't even tell me? He's like, what are you talking about? I was like, Liz Cheney just said that I was under investigation. She said it in public. Like, she said it on national television. My boss just saw that, my old boss. And he was like, Navi, you're not under investigation. Your name has never come across our desk here. Okay. Not like you don't know who I am, because we're on the interwebs every day.
Yeah.
Not like we're quiet about it. I mean, I've been talking about it since it happened. But
me too.
No.
Yeah, I've never been interviewed either. Thank you. I've said it. I was there because it's I don't know. I don't know, man.
It's weird, the ones they want to talk to and the ones they don't want to talk to.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Well, and it's also weird that they'll track people to Alaska that had nothing to fucking do with it too.
Yeah.
But yet,
over a sweater that doesn't even look like the sweater that the lady was wearing. Like, what the fuck?
Not even close.
That was the ugliest fucking sweater ever too. The lady was like, I would never be caught dead in that sweater.
Yeah, she's like, what the fuck is this?
It's weird though that they would do they would do something against like Owen Schwartz, but they wouldn't go after Alex Jones when they were like literally standing right next to each other.
Why is that?
Or they can't find the guy that kept telling everybody going to the White House the night before, but they can find some little old grandma with fucking 36 cats who's just sitting there in the middle of the thing. Like, I don't know what the fuck's going on here.
Let's not forget about the best part. Let's not forget about the bomber that's still out there. This guy made bombs.
Well, no.
Now they're tearing that apart now. Yeah, they're tearing that apart now. But they showed the video this morning, which is, again, the same video that we saw almost a year ago, where the dog walks right in front of the fucking bomb. Guess what? I got news for everybody that's saying, well, the bomb had to be there. The dog just missed it. Those dogs don't miss those.
They don't miss that shit.
It was a black powder bomb. Let me tell you something. You can't keep the scent off of it. That dog will go nuts to get to it.
Yep.
And who else was? I'm sorry. Who else was right there by that bomb?
A police officer and a Secret Service vehicle.
No, but who else? Who else was?
Camel toe.
That's right. The fucking incoming vice president of the United States is right fucking there. And you're telling me?
Yeah.
And they missed it.
You would think that they would use that as political fodder.
Yeah. Right.
I mean,
they tried to use the one at the RNC. Remember, there were 2 pipe bombs. You guys remember that?
Right.
There were 2 pipe bombs. They tried to use the one at the RNC as political fodder, but that came out real quick that the whole thing was fake.
Yep. And I love when people on the dumbass side are like, we let one of your guys go and you're just sitting here asking for him to be prosecuted. No, motherfucker, we don't care what side you're on.
Right.
Well, if you're guilty of something, then you go to fucking jail.
The fucking timer on it was a goddamn fucking
kitchen timer.
Kitchen timer.
Egg timer. It was an egg timer from some old lady's kitchen.
With the 36
they probably got it from the lady that had the 36 cats.
Well, and a lot of people, the exact same shit that the FBI uses for fucking
training,
pipe bomb training and shit. So.
But they said it was viable. So if it was, hold on, if it's viable, That means it's loaded with something. There's something in it to cause it to go boom. The FBI released, well, that was black powder. Now, again, I don't know the dog. I don't know the handler. If I could get a clear picture of the uniform, I could tell you. But I couldn't see the uniform and I couldn't see the handler, but I could see the dog. The dog never once alerted, walked right by it, didn't even set its hair up. It just kept going.
Well, and like you said, dude, if there's black powder in that, you cannot get that scent off. Have you ever like even been around a tightly closed fucking firework? You can still smell the black powder outside of it. If I can you imagine what a fucking dog could smell?
Dude, if my dog catches a scent of a cat or a squirrel from like 600 yards away, my ass is getting dragged across the street.
Right. And this dog is trained to fucking look for this.
I have a 200-pound wolfhound and
he has to see
75-pound Irish setter. So.
But I've worked with these dogs. My point is when you work with these dogs for as long as I have, these dogs are no joke. They don't miss.
Right.
It doesn't matter. We had an Afghani try to shove something up his ass. The dog found it.
Another Afghani?
I don't want to know how.
A goat?
No, the dog wouldn't leave him alone. He was alerting on his ass. He's like, there's something in his ass.
Dog's walking right over. Just nose up. What's in that butthole? What's up with that butthole? What are you doing?
I mean, dogs look like we jokingly call Seamus, our Irish wolfhound, the sodomy dog because he will stick his nose up your ass and throw you across the room. But he's
250 pounds.
He stands 6'5" on his hind end. So he's literally the biggest dog he's one of the
giant.
Oh, he's a monster. He's not a dog. He's a horse.
He's 225. He'd be 250 if he had any fat on him.
You guys have like a mini horse then, basically.
Yes, an Irish pony, a Shetland pony.
He's gigantic. He's gigantic. But we used to have a Belgian Malinois back in the day, and he was a retired working dog. He was a Marine, a Lance Corporal. He did 8 combat tours in Afghanistan as a search and rescue dog.
Oh shit!
A human, live and cadaver search and rescue, but he was cross-trained as a drug detection dog and a bomb detection dog. And I came right after we got him. I came home one day from the store, and I had taken cash out of the bank to pay the electric bill because at this point in Savannah, it was so fucked up. Like they didn't have access to pay your bill online. And this was probably 10 years ago now, something like that. Like you had to go, they had converted an old bank into the Georgia Power bill paying place. And you went like you were going to the bank and you put your cash or your check. Who has checks anymore? With your bill in like the freaking
tube and
it went up and like they processed like, that's how you paid your power bill. So fucking weird. Anyway.
Listen, I live in the Midwest. They just got the internet here 3 weeks ago. Okay. So I know who still uses fucking checks.
Thank you. So
old lady, I still have checks.
Oh my God.
Like
You have a baby. We're older than you
and
are.
everything.
So I found
she
one
also
with
crochets.
I do. Do you not see my beautiful scarf that I made right behind me?
Old lady.
So anyway, so I come home from the store and the bank, and I had a Vera Bradley purse with one of those like little pouch wallets, and I had $100 bills in the outside, right? So I get home, the dog like almost attacks me. I'm like, what the fuck? He pulls the purse off of my shoulders. He runs out to the garage. He takes the wallet out of the purse, pulls the cash out of the wallet, and is standing on top of it, like feet splayed, going, look what you found. Look what I found.
By the time I got off the couch and got to him,
we're like, what the fuck is going on?
He's already sitting there with his tail wagging, like, look what I found. Look what I found. I got it. But every $100 been in touch with cocaine.
He smelled
and
the
he could still smell the cocaine on it. And he was like, I've got the bills. I got the bills. I got it. Where's my treat? Give me my treat.
He's like, you guys ready to party?
Like shit.
Let's go. He pulled out a razor blade and everything. Shit up. Hey, where's your wallet? Give me your credit card.
Actually,
he was on it. I mean, my dog was on it. He's like, yep.
Coke would have been really bad for Roger because his PTSD was through the roof. And at this point, I used to kind of hide from Mick that I was smoking just because he couldn't smoke and he was really jealous about it and get really pissed off at me. So I just didn't tell him, just didn't do it in front of him. But Roger fucking loved it. Soon as I lit that bowl, he was standing right in front of me going, give me a hit, mama. Give me a hit. Give me a hit. He's like, blow right in my face. No, get my ears this time. That's the good shit right there.
Like, give it to me.
That dog loved to get high. It was great.
He's a fucking stoner.
That's funny as hell.
You don't know the shit I've seen. Blow it in my face, please.
He's still mine now, so I can't really blame the dog. Really can't.
No, he understood. He was a very good dog.
If that dog could talk, he'd have a cigarette and be like, "You don't know what I've seen. You don't understand."
Well, in our
just look at you and
little,
be like,
in our
Oh
first
my
little
God,
article
this
that we'll
fucker.
talk about, I heard you talking about somebody putting stuff up their butts. Well, let's go ahead and go into this one. Penn
Dude,
State
this is
professor.
the same guy that got busted having sex with his dog in a public park. Are you fucking kidding me?
Yeah.
Yes, and it's an update. It's an update because
He got
he's gotten
busted
more
again?
charges because there was videotape of him sticking stuff up his butt while
Yeah.
this shit was going on
see,
What
in a
the
public
dog?
park.
Was
In a
his dog
public
with
park.
him this time?
was
I
he
don't
sticking the dog up his butt?
No. It was probably a pine cone or something.
That's a very brave
Oh my
man,
God,
if
could you
friend.
imagine?
No, I don't
Oh.
want to.
All right.
That would hurt.
Hold on. Let me go ahead and
Look,
pull up
this
one.
is the death of humanity right here, folks. Let me tell you something. The internet is the death of humanity.
Oh my
right?
God.
It's pretty
Because
close.
if you think about this, back in the day, if you had weird shit going on like this, you just did it out in the woods and nobody ever talked about it.
No,
No,
Yeah.
You
no,
never saw it.
no. You were just a weirdo in town. That's
Exactly,
it. You were
yeah.
just a weird guy. Don't
Not
bother
anymore.
Roger. He's the weird fucker.
He's a weirdo.
Now,
But they
now
didn't know why. But now we know why.
Now it's all in the open. It's like,
but-
look what I do in my house. I take 50 cal rounds and stick them up my ass. It's
what
like,
happens
what are
in
you doing?
Is
but
that
no,
what-
but
also
now
Farts to shoot him out.
now they tell you don't kink shame. That's what's fucked up. It used to be Roger the weirdo. Now don't kink shame Roger.
Don't kink
Poor
shame.
Roger.
Shit.
What is
Hold on.
shaming?
Don't
Hold
make fun of people because they you know
They like certain
to-
things.
Okay, now
No,
this is
that's a
already
word.
weird. Faces more charges after videos emerge of him allegedly engaged in lewd acts in the park, including inserting a tree branch and a lollipop in his butt.
I'm
Told you
done.
it was
Okay.
pine cone.
So Themis Matt, whatever that fucking name is, 64, was already facing charges of open lewdness, indecent exposure, sexual intercourse with an animal, and animal cruelty after police have been said he'd seen on video involved in sexual acts with a pet collie. Now that's already fucked up. Now here's the crazy part. Do you think
Is
they're
this
actually
Super Troopers?
right? The chemical
fucker.
hold on, engineering professor begged troopers to kill him. Do you think they're just gonna be like, okay, bah? All right, game
No,
over. Let's go home,
because
boys.
because he was blowing off steam.
Yeah.
Is what he.
Suicide by cop only works if you threaten the cop's life.
Yeah, exactly.
Maybe if he
want
took
them
the
to
stick
just
out of his
kill
butt
you-
and try to stick it in their face, they would have helped him out with that.
If you want them to just kill you, you have to go to Canada.
I wonder
True.
if this guy is a Russian plant.
He just walks by the cop. Excuse me, does this dick smell like shit?
I mean, no. I think something snapped in his head. I mean, he was an award-winning Penn State professor. It's pretty hard to be a professor in that
He's
school.
gonna be like, this was a lollipop, now it's a lollipop. Fucking
I wonder if he offered the cops a lick when he was done.
Oh my God.
He's on the outside.
Well, now
Oh
he's
my
getting
God.
To get to the center of a stick, huh?
has now been hit with an additional batch of similar charges for other alleged acts from 55 videos found on his electronic devices. Jesus, man.
Why?
How
This
big
guy.
This guy's a fucking sicko.
Yeah.
Dude,
You think?
what was he fucking? I mean, I wonder what else he was fucking.
A
Yeah.
dog would.
Apparently, a tree branch and a lollipop
Yeah.
Well, and a dog.
and a collie.
A sycamore,
Nah.
cedar.
Climbing
Elm.
a tree while naked and inserting a tree branch, a Tootsie Pop, and the controller handle of a DCNR John Deere crawler in his anus officially. What the fuck?
How do you do that?
Do you know? That's like, holy shit. That's
Okay,
like, that's no
so-
bullshit.
That's like
Now-
Mike Obama's dick.
I have questions
What,
on
the
all
Tootsie
at
Pop?
I have questions on all at once.
John Deere.
The John Deere handle, that's
The
like
handle,
the size
that's
of
like
fucking
this.
Michelle Obama's
That's
dick.
this big.
Right. And that's why I have more questions. All at once, or was that individual? What was happening?
Was he
Was
licking
having
the
a real
lollipop?
playtime?
He was sticking stuff up his butt? Like, I don't know how to get. Oh my God.
It's
Yeah,
actually
he's
kind of
impressive.
impressive. Yeah, I'm not even mad. I'm kind of impressed.
Obviously had to work up to it, you know.
Ooh, that's
Is that how he was steering it? Like the
No, that's the operating rod. It's the big one. It's the main one that when you engage it will engage whatever you put on the tractor. So
every time he coughed, it went in reverse.
Oh God, we're going back.
Every time he farted, the lights turned on.
Oh my
Wow.
Oh
don't
my
think
God. He is
yeah.
gonna be one busy guy in jail. Let me
Yeah,
tell
he
you.
is. Oh, you
Especially
better
when they
believe
find
it.
out what he did with the
Whose
Tootsie Pop.
pocket is
Right.
he gonna be holding in jail?
Who's gonna get fisted tonight?
Oh my good gravy.
Who's in an orange jumper with 2 thumbs? This guy.
This guy.
Well,
Who-
2 thumbs up his
I'm
butt.
Who
done.
To
wanted to
that guy.
shower?
Okay, hold on.
He
I'm-
purposely will drop the soap.
This
Obviously.
guy at the end. I'm done. I'm dead. You don't understand. I do it to blow off steam. He was quoted as telling, in despair, "What do I have to do to get you to shoot me? I need to die. Just kill yourself later, homie. Like, well, don't go sticking shit up your ass in a
Dude,
party."
you're
So-
not that
goddamn.
far from the Canadian border.
Yeah,
There's
yeah,
plenty
that's
of trees,
yeah.
bro.
Listen,
High rate
Seriously.
of speed.
Just go up
fixed
there,
objects.
ask
quick.
Justin. He'll be
Yeah.
like, sure, I'll even pay for it.
It's
Yeah,
not
it's
even
like
that
they're
hard.
like, you know what? My life's fucked up. I don't know what to do. And Canada's like, have you tried dying?
Exactly.
Just say, hey,
No,
I know what's in
no,
Jeffrey
in Canada.
Epstein's file.
In Canada,
That's
if
all
you're
he
like,
has to say.
hey, I'm a veteran and like I lost my legs fighting for this country and I've been trying to get a wheelchair for like 3 years. You think you could hook me up with a wheelchair? And Canada says, no, but we'll kill you.
Right.
That's actually a story. They actually offered it.
You definitely don't keek shame.
Made
The-
do.
program.
I'm a judge
for
a
a
little bit. I'm a judge a little bit.
I didn't even know that kink shaming was a word. That's epic. Like, that needs to be like updated in the vernacular in Webster's because
Kink shaming.
I didn't know that was
It's
even
any
a thing.
shame. You can't shame anybody for anything anymore because that
No.
would be holding them accountable for something.
Yeah,
You're
you're
not
not
allowed
allowed
to do
to.
that.
Unless
No.
you're straight, then you can shame people for being straight. That's about it. That seems to be the
Well,
norm.
that's, or white.
You like missionary? You're so boring. God.
Seriously. Man.
Sometimes you just want to choke a bitch out. I mean,
She asked. I don't know.
she
She
didn't have
deserved
that.
it. I mean,
Yeah, exactly.
As
She
long as
fucking
you stop-
deserved it.
As long as you stop when she says the safe word with your hand over her mouth, then you're fine.
Yeah, exactly.
Right.
it sounds like Joe Biden. I'm
Exactly.
I mean, the safe word is onomatopoeia, but you know, whatever.
super
White, masculine, male, bad.
expialidocious, but
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
These days it is.
You actually
Being
have to make her
is a
spell
king.
it, though. Oh,
It-
man.
Yeah, our children are so fucked. Our teenager could probably pass as gay, so he might be okay. But our little one, oh no, he's alpha male all the way. He's totally fucked. Yep.
It's a weird. So my girlfriend is Amanda in the chat, and she's pregnant.
Congratulations.
Thank you. We're about 2 months in, a little over 2 months, and yeah, it's kind of scary. But I'm gonna teach that child to be fucking a strong, independent fucking person because we don't know the sex yet. But yeah, it's weird because I just tell all you have to do is try nowadays. That's all you have to do. Because if you try, you'll get ahead. These fucking
Listen.
people are just lazy as shit nowadays. That professor guarantee you, like, he probably got like a 2.1 GPA and just claimed he was half Indian, half Geppetto, and
Probably.
decided and got into Penn State. You know, you can plagiarize and get into Harvard.
Oh,
Why
yeah.
can't you plagiarize and get into Penn State?
And keep
Listen.
your job.
Listen, some parenting advice from someone who's fucked up 2 children already. Okay.
oh, that's who I want to listen to. A two-time listener. Why would I want to
Because the first one is significantly more fucked up than the second one. So we improved.
I learned a few things later.
we learned to
If I
make
could
it
go
more
back and
effective?
do it again.
Listen. No, seriously though. Number 1 rule, set a time for dinner.
Mhm.
Like set a dinner time and sit down as a family and eat one meal a day, every day. Like we always did dinner at 7:30. Now we do a podcast from 6 to 8:30. So we were doing dinner after the show. One of the kids bitched. She's like, I'm not that hungry late at night. I got to go to bed. Like, can we do it before the show? Sure. We, as a family, said, all right, we're going to do dinner at 5:00 now.
Well, let's be more.
And then the kid bitched, and he was like, I didn't think you would change the whole freaking time just because I was bitching because I wanted to play my game. Well, fuck around and find out. Now dinner's at 5.
Dude, isn't it great?
Hey, listen, wait a minute. Before we go any further, before you think that for a second that this angel over here just said, oh, well, we had a family decision. No, there was no, it was a monarchical decision. It came from her. And her dictate was that you at 5:15 will now be sitting down for dinner. Me being the good bitch. Okay, yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
And my youngest son being the good bitch. Yes, ma'am. I'll be there. My oldest son decided, well, I didn't think you were going to take it serious. Well, you fucked around. Now you get to find out.
You better have your ass at 5:15. No shit. Yes. But when I make a dictatorial decision.
When you make a dick, yeah.
Yeah. So when I make a dictatorial
You've made 2 of them.
decision, he always goes along with it because he's hoping that dictator is going to turn into dictaster later on.
Hey, you got to line up the stars. That's all I'm doing. I'm just lining the stars.
Always work, but sometimes. So
he's like, you got to pick your battles, and this ain't one of them.
Speaking of dicks, shooter is in Idaho. By the way,
yeah. Okay,
there you go.
I knew it was Dick Shooter somewhere though. Somebody
sent
it to me.
It's a settlement out in Idaho.
Fucking A, I got to go be the mayor. That's what they said. They said you got to go be the mayor.
I put Dick Shooter in my Google, and my algorithm's gonna be fucked for a little while.
Yeah, it just might be.
Yeah.
Be glad that I did not submit any of my videos to YouTube or anything like that. There's no videos of me doing it out there, unfortunately. There's just a lot of Afghanis with, single male households that are no longer males. They're just females now.
Jackie, did you say, what did you say on that?
Idaho,
right?
Idaho. Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Idaho is starting to become a very based fucking state, seeing how Idaho passes bill to give pedophiles the death penalty. Fuck yeah. That's what I'm talking about.
Maybe we do.
Yeah.
Maybe Idaho is the state that we turn into the
new capital.
No, the illegals versus like illegal aliens versus
predators.
Yeah. Where you take a state that no one lives in anyway, like fucking Montana or Wyoming or some shit like that, and you put a big wall around it, and you ship all the illegals there, and you ship all the pedophiles
George Carlin
there.
Said with the 4 states that touch each other. We'll just put them in the 4 states
and let them fight each other until they die. I mean, don't give them any food or anything.
Oh, I'm down with that.
Just PCP, meth, and crank, and that's it. You throw a bunch of weapons in there and let them go at it.
We should
in Chicago forever. They can do that in fucking Montana, right?
If we could get a business party podcast banner on that pay-per-view, that'd be fucking amazing.
Yeah.
Budweiser's jumping at that shit. Bud Light would remake.
And this is how Hunger Games started.
If you add the crannies in, then Bud Light will be all over.
Listen, if that was the case, and their first fucking person to be sponsored was Dylan Mulvaney for that, I'd be all in.
All over it.
I'd be all fucking in. Listen.
Yep, in like Flynn once in that ass. You got it.
There you go.
By the way, I
saw so many different connotations.
I know.
I saw something that's how Louisiana got that little strip of land at the end of it. Is it Louisiana or something like that? Because it was a no man's land. No,
it's the Panhandle of Florida.
Yeah, Panhandle of Florida. It was a no man's land, and they would just send people there and fight and everything like that. And nobody wanted it, and then Florida was just like, "I'll take it." And then
we'll put the old there.
And then we got Florida Man from that.
Well, you know what I want to do? Like the Alien versus Predator thing is cool, but how about we incorporate what Africa is doing? How you can go there and you can shoot poachers. Well, in America, we can go to areas and shoot pedophiles if we know that they're fucking being in there. Hey, yeah.
Ding, 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 ding. What state is it that's decided that they wanted to bring back a death by firing squad?
South Carolina.
You see that?
Yep. South Carolina passed a bill under Trump to bring back death by firing squad. They also purchased a whole shit ton of guillotines.
Nice.
Insane. insane.
Town Square. Yeah. Listen, if it was
guillotine, the guillotine is the only one that's actually certified by our government as an effective, an approved method of execution, because it does kill you
immediately.
Yeah, instantly. Yeah.
And it's really hard to fuck it up.
True.
Unless you don't sharpen the blade, then that could be rough.
Yeah, that could fuck it up.
If you imagine that, you sorry.
Oh
Have you ever? Jim, you had one job, just to sharpen it up.
Have you ever heard about the fucking executioners back in the day? Whenever it would be like the third or fourth guy in line, they couldn't fucking take his head off, and they'd have to keep fucking chopping.
Oh, they do it with the axe a bunch of times.
My legs are broken. I'm very badly hurt, but I'm still alive. Oh, shit. You shot me. Oh, but you missed. Ricochet hit my eye. I can't see.
That shit is
but a flesh wound.
Mama J has no idea what you're talking about. She didn't get that reference.
Nope.
Really?
I was thinking more of Monty Python.
Austin Powers?
No, it's Austin Powers.
Uh-huh.
It's okay.
From the original Austin Powers? When what's his name? The guy
Dr.
from
Evil?
No,
Dr. Evil puts the guy in the pit.
He puts the guy in the pit. He's like,
yeah. When he's like,
yeah, but it was a famous actor. But what's his name?
Pit thing or whatever. Oh, it's the one-eyed guy, right?
No, yeah, it was he's from not Dumb and Dumber, but what's the one with the Step Brothers? Will Ferrell. Will Ferrell was the actor.
Yes. Yeah.
And he's like, I'm down here. I'm on fire. My legs are broken. I'm very badly burnt. I can't do very much. Can you help me?
Okay.
And you know, when that movie came out, we just all thought it was so funny that the guy ate babies, and now we're like, fuck.
Yeah, now fuck.
Right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
They destroyed
I referenced fembots at least once a podcast. I actually did it almost when I had my glitch earlier.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, oh, I just turned into a fembot. I was like, yes.
Just see her.
Sorry, I was talking to children all day, and I haven't had an adult conversation in like more than 12 hours. So it took me a minute to get going.
Why would you talk to children? Just yell at them and then put their mouth in their mouths. It's fine.
You know, I did that, and then I started feeling guilty. So then I was like, okay, I'll be nice.
Just put a little hole in the middle so you can
just
put
remember,
on there.
Silence might be golden, but duct tape is silver.
Yes. It works better.
It does.
Just saying.
Oh yeah.
But they're so cute.
Until
now,
they start talking.
Now all I can think about is a guy in the fucking woods just yelling out, "Who does number 2 work for? Who does number 2 work for?" Well, he's got a fucking Tootsie Roll in his asshole.
Oh my god.
Oh yeah, that's a rough one.
Can never look at a stick the same way again.
Oh shit!
Literally.
Yeah.
Oh my god! Can we
We
talk
always
about
get butt stuff eventually in the show? I know we always do.
It's always about butt stuff.
We had our Christmas.
Always.
We had our Christmas episode, and this is my favorite part of the Christmas episode. Mama J just goes, "Yeah, my husband and son were talking about farts." And then for 45 minutes to an hour, we started talking about farts and shit. It just went. And she was just like, I don't get it. And we just went, you want to get it? And we just ran with it.
Here we go.
Baby, you're going to have a baby in like 7 months. For the next probably 10 years, your life is going to revolve around shit and snot.
Yeah. Yes. Oh, I know.
You will talk about what color and consistency the shit is, how much snot there was. Oh yeah.
Oh, and the coolest thing is when you wipe your kid's nose and somebody walks up and you're like looking around trying to figure out what you're going to do with it in your hand.
Hey, buddy.
How you doing, bud?
Man.
Good to see you. And man,
Dude, I did that with a booger the other day.
How many times I did that.
As long as you wipe their ass.
Let me tell you one thing. This is not my first rodeo. My daughter is 20 years old.
Dude,
yeah.
You got one.
You've
already
forgotten.
fucked one kid's life up?
So much.
We're about to hit
the world is different now from 20 years ago.
We're about to hit an hour. So anybody that's watching on Instagram, if you want to fucking check us out on YouTube, blah, blah. We've been doing it on Instagram, but Instagram, you're gay. Get over an hour.
I probably got you kicked off Instagram. I'm really good at that, so I apologize.
Well, we didn't talk about trannies.
I did say trannies.
Oh,
tranny.
I totally did.
My favorite
every time.
So me and Biz have been doing this for almost 2 years now, and we were talking to some guy about sponsorships, right? And I told Biz that he listened to one of our shows, and he's like, "You guys use that fire truck word a lot, mind you. This guy owned a gun shop.
I know,
okay?
dude. It was a gun shop. I'm worried about the word fuck. Like,
yeah, fire truck. But
fornication under consent of a king.
Yes, he was like, you guys use the word fire truck a lot, and I go, listen, it's a show. You own a fucking gun shop, dude. Like, are you kidding? Like, what are you talking about? Like, why? So I told Biz, and then I told him that the guy was going to check out our next episode. Biz went on to say fuck about 473 times on that episode.
At least
and I was just like
cunts too.
I was just like, this is what you get.
This is what you get. Yeah, you're not gonna look. For one, you're not gonna tell me what to do, and for two, when you tell me not to, I'm gonna go hard in the paint, dog.
Yeah,
I'm gonna make sure that you know who the fuck you're dealing with. Like, don't fucking tell me.
I listen. We're not here. We're not here for your we're here for your amusement, but we're not here to do what you want us to do. This is our show. We do what the fuck we want. If you want to tag along and be a part of this, then you join. You fucking hang on, and we'll take you for a ride. You're not gonna sit there and tell me.
Hell yeah.
You're not gonna tell me what to say on what we do on our show. Like, go fuck yourself.
Like, that's the whole point of this fucking show. Like,
by the way, I think that guy killed himself.
Well,
which one?
What?
The guy who was trying to sponsor us, like, he lost his gun shop, his wife left him, and then he was at work telling everybody that he was gonna kill himself, and nobody's seen him.
You should have sponsored us.
Yeah, I know, right? That's what you get.
Holy shit, that's pretty fucking savage, right there.
That was a little dark.
I'm a dark person.
That's what you get.
No, I enjoy it. I've never said that on the air, but I'm not.
No, you tell people to go kill themselves on the air.
That's true. I do.
You actually you've got a Discord server destroyed for that one. Tommy G's Discord server. I think the only one that Tommy G didn't personally drop and pretend like it got dropped because he was being censored was the time that Mick got it fucking completely destroyed because he told some British chippy to go kill herself.
I just said you would do the world a lot better if you just ended it all right now.
Yeah.
Everybody else would be a lot happier.
Just end it.
Speaking
like,
for
you are the dumbest motherfucker on the fucking
mankind.
Planet. You are an oxygen thief. You should really just end it.
Humankind.
I don't know what's going on, but the comments from Rumble aren't coming over here because Amanda said, "Holy crap, Scott, laughed my ass off." I thought the same thing.
They're coming over here now. I see.
Yeah. Oh, there they are.
I see them. No, those days, I tell you, like.
How do you get your Rumble comments to pop in?
No shit.
So
it just started. It started.
So what happened is, like, I went on one day a couple weeks ago when me and Mama J were doing our weekend hangover, and it said something about put your comments on your feed, and you use the API for it, and you just go in there, add your API to the StreamYard when you're doing it, and now you just push Rumble. And it'll just you still got to set it up on Rumble on here, but when you set it up, it'll just ask you to choose the stream, and then now it can get cross platform, which is fucking cool as shit.
It's nice.
Yeah, and also I'm not gonna lie,
back and forth.
It's nice now that Rumble will bring the comments in, and so does X also. So if you ever stream on X, they actually start bringing the comments.
X, so we get the X comments, but we hadn't gotten the Rumble.
Yeah, one. I didn't even know about that till fucking.
Now we can, Lins. Now that I know about this, now we're gonna set it up so we can do that.
Yeah,
hell yeah,
yeah. It's so much. It's more interactive. It's more fun when you can actually see the comments and show the comments on it.
We used to do that on Twitch, and then we got booted from Twitch because she went on a tranny raid. And when she went on her tranny tirade, they fucking booted us almost immediately. Like in mid tirade, tirade, we got the red screen or corner box of death in StreamYard.
Right.
You have been removed from this platform. Wow, that was 25 minutes into your tirade. Good job, babe. We just got booted.
By the way, that little TI changes the whole meaning of what you said, by the way. The tranny raid or tranny tirade are two totally different fucking things. Just to let you know. 2 letters will change your entire platform.
But that's what she went on a tirade on the whole fucking thing, and I was like, "Oh my god!" And then I just watched.
Don't get me started. I'll get you one from your platform.
One blipped up. You know how you got the bunch of boxes at the top? One blipped up red, and then the red box dropped down, and then I watched another one blip up red. Like, we just got fucking booted from everything.
I don't
only on Rumble and Pilled.
Yep.
Me and Mama J were doing a business party podcast, and Biz was out one day, and we started talking about mental health, and then we were talking about COVID and your mental health, and the next thing you know, Biz goes, "Hey, you guys had a strike for Wednesday's show," and I'm like, "How the fuck did me and Mama J?" Like,
I know
Biz is the one who says probably the most controversial shit, and he just screams retard for fucking 45 minutes and nothing. We talk about mental health and fucking. And the COVID and how it affected each other, and they're like, "Sorry,
oh yeah,
you guys can't do that."
We just would sit and we were just sitting and talking about how it was different during COVID up in like New Jersey than it was in like the places that we are now in like the Midwest and then in the South. And then they're like, "Boop, done."
You can't COVID shame people.
Yeah, no, right?
No COVID shaming.
No COVID shaming.
Listen, don't worry. Just for the fact that we're even saying COVID, I bet YouTube's going to be like,
wait till they
start on YouTube. That's a bad one.
Wait till they start
bring us on YouTube.
Bringing vaccine shaming on.
You just said the V word. You can't say that on YouTube.
I don't fucking care.
I know. I don't care either. We're probably
we don't care either.
That's what I keep saying about YouTube. I'm like, we're going to keep going there and they keep kicking us off until they fucking remove the channel. I'm never going to leave it. Guess what? I'm going to make me leave.
So I was getting divorced during the first one. I'm 2-time champion. I was getting divorced the first time.
Me too.
During the end of COVID, and boy, did mass kink come up a lot, and it was a different mass kink than everybody thinks of. There was a lot of people wearing fucking cloth masks and doing weird shit, and it was just wild. The internet's a wild place, isn't it?
So while you're trolling,
I missed all of that.
You're doing mask stuff.
No, while you're fucking or playing or diddling with yourself or having 3 other people fuck somebody, they were wearing a mask.
That's so weird, dude.
Yeah.
Did they have a hole cut for?
Do they share masks?
Dude, can I tell you?
Did they share masks while they were sharing dick?
I was hoping they were latex.
That's about mask kink. It's
they
like
didn't...
you have one person wear a mask and they're talking, and they're going blah, 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 and then they take it off and they put it on someone else's face.
That was the funniest part. Like there was no condoms, but they were wearing masks. That was the funniest thing. I think was the best part about those videos.
Well, VD is curable. COVID isn't.
But you know what? I kind of don't want to know the answer to this, but I do, because I know that your girlfriend / soon to be baby mama is listening. How did you find these sites? I mean, I'm just wondering.
It's just it's just Pornhub. You just go on the hub and you just all of a sudden it's like YouTube. You go down a rabbit hole of fucking things. You search one thing and then the next thing you know, somehow you're watching a girl get fisted by a guy with a half an arm. Don't ask me how I got there, but it's just like YouTube.
I was interested.
I mean, I'm with you. I understand what you're talking about, because I too have happened into that one video that I was like, wait a minute, this chick doesn't have any arms or any legs, and she's got like 13 dicks around her. What the fuck she's gonna do?
My algorithm is so fucked now.
You ever watch cute puppy videos and then end up in a beheading? No, I have.
I have. I was watching shit about weird animals like you see.
I watched that too.
Like just weird animals, and somehow I ended up in this weird fantasy fucking rape porn video thing that this chick wanted to be raped by like 30 dudes, and it was weird. And I was like, "What is wrong with you?"
And then you're like,
"That was only 3 videos in." Crazy.
I don't remember.
What was her name? Trump's accuser.
Oh,
Oh,
Eugene Carroll?
Eugene
Carroll. Yeah, there you go.
No, it wasn't that. Trust me.
Eugene Carroll looks like the fucking guy from Poltergeist.
You can tell it was a movie. It was a video. It's a porno. It's not. I mean, how I ended up there, I couldn't tell you, but it somehow translated from watching things about the fucking walleye wombat to fucking some chick who just wants to get drilled by 13 people.
Listen,
Well, that escalated quickly.
I've seen a lot of stuff.
Some rabbit holes are best avoided, but the stories are hilarious. Very true.
The wildest thing I've ever seen. Did you know that eagles can pick up a fucking goat?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Eagles can pick up a full-grown human being.
Yeah,
I had
eagles are
no
strong as
fucking
fuck.
idea. So
Oh, yeah.
somebody goes, "Hey, why don't you YouTube eagle picks up mountain goat?" And I went, "Okay." This fucking eagle picked up this mountain goat, and I felt bad for this mountain goat because the eagle got about 5 feet away from the mountain and dropped the mountain goat, and the fucking mountain goat went 200 feet down and just kept.
Exactly.
Okay.
He got him, and he was like, "You know what? This is what should have been done in Iran."
Which one of you guys has the internet control?
We all do. We all do.
Look up eagle grabs line worker.
Oh my
Dude,
god!
it's a 5'4" Mexican dude, and he was attached to the pole with a.
Well, he was just trying to bring him back home.
Oh,
I mean,
grab another
he
beer
was
for this
working-
one.
America said, "Fuck yeah."
He was working on the lines, and this eagle comes out of nowhere and picks him up off the pole. And he falls, but he had a tethering line and he's locked into the pole. He falls right off the pole. The eagle grabbed him and tried to fly away with him. He had like holes and puncture marks in the back of his jacket and shit from where the eagle grabbed him and tried to fly off with him. It was fucking crazy. I watched it on, I think it was on either Instagram or X the other day. I was like, are you kidding me? This eagle tried to grab this dude and take him away to eat him. I was like, holy shit, that is fucking nuts. You know why they dropped the goats?
Why?
Easier
To kill them. Yeah, they kill them. They drop them by killing them. That's what they normally do. They go back and they pick up their prey and take it off once it's dead because it won't fight as much, obviously.
I mean, I would hope not.
I had like no idea. I looked this up. I was like, holy shit, this is fucking a real video. This guy like the guy's down below and you can see him up on top of the pole and he's fucking working. And all of a sudden you just see him you see the eagle come into frame. And then the dude falls off the pole and everybody's like, oh shit. And then next thing you know, he's on the ground. He's like, yeah, not a big deal. He grabbed me, but I'm good. I was like, he grabbed you, dude. He was trying to eat you. You should never be up on a pole ever again. Like that would be like, I should not do this job.
Yeah. That might be a big warning.
Like that first time the bomb goes off in front of you, I guess it's a one-time job, isn't it? If you fuck that one up, you're dead.
Yeah.
In-flight missile technician.
Yeah, that's another one-time job. Like, man, I can't wait till I get to use my degree. One day, God, one day. Let me use my degree just once.
In-flight missile technician.
I can't find it.
Let me see if I'll go look it up.
I still remember the first video I saw of an eagle that really like gave me perspective on how crazy they are was when I seen one where he picked up a fox, fucking drug this bitch into the air, let her go, caught her midair, brought her back up, let her go, caught that bitch again. He did it 3 times and then eventually just let that fox go and hit the ground. But it's like that thing was so goddamn egotistical. Is like, I can just play with you. I can fucking throw you around and catch you in the fucking air. Like, god damn it. Eagles are fucking brutal.
They're huge.
This I felt like I was watching it and I felt like couldn't the guy who was using the camera to watch this like save the goat and just like, catch him? But no.
That goat's dinner, dude.
Yeah, fuck that. This is nature. I'm just gonna watch it.
It's just like he's just like, hey, watch this. Hey.
Yep.
And see you later, buddy.
Holy shit.
Drop him off the ledge. Kill
That's
him.
exactly how they kill them.
Yep. So they can go back and eat him.
I'm just like, and the eagle's just like, here I come.
It's like a
He's real egotistical.
That's it. It's like watching a truck accident that creamed off a cliff.
Right.
Terrible.
Well, that's the easiest way for him to kill it and still be able to eat, because he can't really. If he tried to fight a goat, I mean, he might be able to, but he ain't gonna be able to really battle it.
But that video looks so 70s. It looked like a It looked like a 70s Chinese movie.
That looked like a video that I would have watched in like fucking 5th, 6th grade, like in like what is it, like the fucking whatever
like Foot Fist Way or whatever. It looked like Enter the Dragon. Like all of a sudden you can see the eagle go, now I got you. You son of a bitch. I dropped you.
Oh my god.
But yeah, man, eagles. Listen, I was very sheltered as a child. Can I say that?
No.
No.
Not allowed.
I
wasn't.
Fuck. No.
You're still looking for this stupid video.
I know.
Don't worry about it.
Okay. Because there's another one too. There's if you want to know how big, like the bald eagles are really, I guess, bigger than most, or from what I understand. But a buddy of mine was up in Alaska, and they were out there by the fishing vessels, and they're all over the place up there. The bald eagles are all over the place up there. And he's just like, he's sitting there in his normal jacket. He had like one of those puffy winter jackets on. And like, he's seen other people like put their arms out and the eagles jump up. Yeah. He put his arm out. Eagle jumped up. He got like 58 stitches in his arm too, because when the talons locked into his arm, it fucking sliced him wide open because their talons are razor sharp.
Yeah.
And like, it jumped up on his arm, it grabbed his arm, and it fucked his forearm up. Like if you ever see anybody like holding a real eagle, they've got like leather down there.
Thick ass leather. Oh yeah.
That shit is fucking, his whole jacket was completely sliced wide open. It was like razor blades on his fucking claws. I was like, holy shit.
Yeah. That's why we have roosters now. You know, we used to just have chickens when we moved to this new place, 3 acres. A lot of it's a pond, but we live on a bird sanctuary. There's a shit ton of chicken hawks everywhere. I mean, they're flying around all over the place, and all they want to do is come attack your chickens, get some lunch. So we got roosters now. We have, Mick has 5 emotional support cocks.
Swear to God, registered. PTSD, emotional support cocks.
Yeah, registered emotional support cocks. 5 of them. 1 for every finger on his right hand.
Can you bring him on a plane?
No. We just made them registered because they were trying to take our chickens.
Yeah,
and
we told the county to fuck off. So now they can't come take our chickens anymore. But
I'd be bringing that motherfucker to Walmart. Like, hey, you behave, or else you're gonna end up like your cousin over here.
Taking them around the eggs and shit. Like
we used to have 13 roosters. Now we only have 5.
Ooh.
Yeah, 7 of them went to processing.
Yeah,
because we were done listening to all the bullshit.
Once they got older and they started fighting each other, like we're like, all right, we got to kill some of them before they kill each other, and then they're no good to eat. So
yeah,
you know, so yep, 7 roosters on the chopping block, the biggest ones. It's all good.
Hey kids, I just wanted to let everybody know that Vladimir Putin has endorsed Joe Biden for president. So if you vote for Joe Biden, you're voting for Vladimir Putin. Enjoy that one.
Endorses Biden for president. Wow.
Yep. He's an old school politician.
Excellent.
That's hysterical.
That's excellent.
But we'll work with any U.S. leader.
Well, see, that's the whole thing. That's exactly why he wants him to be president, as he said at that end part. More predictable. He knows what the fuck Biden's gonna do. He knows Biden is a fucking pussy. He's not gonna fucking do anything. So of course he wants him in there.
Well, I mean, he's probably gonna die, but that's
also
I
remember,
mean, that too. But
also remember too, before all of this, if you remember, the Democrats used to love Russia. They used to love Russia. They loved them. They gave them money. They
were talking shit about Ukraine back in 2015.
And the reset button. Like they make fun of like the Staples buttons.
In 2014, when they realized that Ukraine had all the goods on Joe Biden and his family and everybody else that had been fucking around in Ukraine for the last fucking 20 years, what happened? All of a sudden, the Democrats were like, "Ooh, we love Ukraine. Russia invaded Ukraine. We hate Russia. Bad Russia." Now the liberals love Ukraine. They'll take Ukraine cock wherever it comes from. They don't care. Liberals love Ukraine. Why? Because they have all the dirt on all the bullshit that's been going on in Ukraine for the last fucking 20 years.
Biolabs and baby
Human
labs
experiments and all the other bullshit.
Which, speaking of, I'm going to go ahead and bring up this video from Benny Johnson, which is another thing that people are saying that Ukraine probably had a lot of this info as well when it came to the whole Russia collusion thing, blah blah. Well, let's go ahead and play a little bit of this because this is something new that has came out, and I mean it's something that we all kind of knew, but
it's not new. Mick broke this almost 3 years ago.
Right.
16 Russia collusion
well,
hoax
everyone
says
new because now we
Foreign
actually get
I know,
confirmed.
because now mainstream media is reporting on it.
Yeah.
Lucas Tomlinson in Washington with more. Lucas.
Good early morning, Carly and Todd. This report from Substack citing multiple unnamed sources claims the U.S. intelligence community asked foreign spy agencies to help spy on more than 24 associates of Donald Trump in the run-up to the 2016 election. It reads in part, quote, President Barack Obama's CIA director, John Brennan, had identified 26 Trump associates for the Five Eyes to target. A source confirmed that the IC had identified them as people to bump or make contact with or manipulate. They were targets of our own IC and law enforcement, targets for collection and misinformation. Now, the Five Eyes nations are the U.S., UK, Canada, Australia, and New Zealand. Here's one of the reporters, Michael Schellenberger, who spoke to Jesse Waters last night.
If this binder contains what we have been told that it contains, which may include raw intelligence, information showing that the U.S. government, the CIA and the intelligence community of the U.S. government initiated the Russia collusion hoax, that it did not occur in the way that the official story, including the Durham investigation, had portrayed it, then that's extremely serious information.
The report was released at the same time House conservatives are preparing a bill that would reauthorize Section 702 of the Foreign Intelligence Surveillance Act that allows the government to collect communications from foreigners abroad. And today, the House Rules Committee is set to meet over that FISA reform bill, guys.
Lucas Tomlinson.
Which is pretty hilarious because now they're just going to try to ramp that 702 shit up more against us. It's not going to be for foreign anything.
Well, the 702 is part of it is now they have to, well, it was being discussed. I don't know if the rule went in, but for any wiretap, anything they do, surveillance, doesn't matter what it is.
Exactly.
You have to get a warrant now. Or that's what they were proposing. I don't know if that went through. I know that was part of the proposal. I hope it did, because they should have to get a warrant. They should have to get a warrant for everything they fucking do. If they're going to violate your constitutional rights, you better have a goddamn judge sign off on that shit, because that's the only way you can legally do it. Because you have proven beyond a reasonable doubt that I've done something wrong for you to do this, whatever you're going to do, however you're going to spy on me.
Right.
Fucking idiots.
Sorry. Real quick, the 702 discussion was actually taken off the floor.
Was it?
Yeah, to talk about. It was taken off the floor later today. And I don't think that they're going to talk about it it's like off the docket. Fine, let me see if I can find it.
The big Mike Johnson, fucking big pussy Mike Johnson.
Yes, he is.
Calling him, he's a fucking huge pussy.
Yeah, he is.
This bitch, he didn't even show up to his vote that he called that he didn't know he didn't have the votes for. What a fucking retard. How stupid do you have to be? Your one job is to be Speaker of the House. You run the fucking schedule. You could have pushed the vote off the floor. You didn't do it? You mean to tell me you didn't know you didn't have the votes for the Mayorkas impeachment, which is shit anyway because it still has to go in front of the Senate, but you didn't know you bullshit. You're a pussy.
Yep. Well, I'll say one thing about that that vote about Mayorkas was weird, is that they had 3 Republicans that said no, but they also had 3 that didn't vote. It looked like what I saw when I was watching it live. It looked like there was 3 that didn't vote. So I don't know, but
I don't know, but those pussy ass fucking Republicans got rid of George Santos, and then they got another fucking Democrat.
Yeah, exactly.
You get what you fucking deserve, you fucking idiots.
Well, yeah, did I like Kevin McCarthy? No, but they fucking got him out for a dude who's doing the same fucking horse shit.
Well, I didn't like Kevin McCarthy though either. I'd
still would rather maybe have
Kevin
him
McCarthy
in.
Was blowing more the Democrats than fucking Mike Johnson is, but big Mike Johnson is just too much of a pussy to say he's not going to suck dick.
That's why I think I would have rather just stuck with McCarthy. To be honest, it's the same fucking deal.
He was putting lollipops up his butt like that other dude.
Santos would have been one we could have controlled though. If you'd done it right, you could have hung that over his head and say, "You fuck up this much, and you'll be out your fat ass."
Yeah.
But Republicans don't do that.
No, Republicans want to play by the rules, while
Yeah.
the Democrats are out there fucking shooting guns all over the place.
Yeah,
like,
Democrats are like, fuck these rules.
Yeah,
Making
they're like,
new rules.
yeah, they're making up rules, and then Republicans are like, oh, this I gotta follow this rule now. No, you fucking idiots, make up your own fucking rules. Tell them to go suck a dick. They like to. I mean, they're women. Their women have dicks, so they like it.
So wait a minute, they're pushing this off for a whole nother week.
Speaker yanked the bill and canceled the rest of Congress this week.
Yeah.
Really?
You know, they get more time off. Fucking assholes. More of our tax dollars going to people who don't fucking work. Jesus Christ.
That's why I'm telling everybody that I talk to, everybody that listens to me. I'm not. I don't know about you, but I ain't paying taxes this year.
No,
I'm not paying for this bullshit.
No, I'm going exempt.
So I waited 2 years to get taxes back. The government owed me taxes for 2 fucking years, and every time I called, they made another excuse to hold it.
Yep.
2 fucking years. It was atrocious. Finally, I called the senator and finally somehow it mysteriously came back. Dude, this lady that I was talking to fucking lied. Oh, it was the worst. So yeah, no. And it's funny. Have you are you guys, either of you are on TikTok at all?
I am, just for my business.
Okay. So have you seen videos lately of these young kids realizing that taxes are bullshit?
Oh yeah.
Oh my, isn't it great?
It's great.
It's so
We've been watching it. We've been watching that, and then I just saw another one yesterday where a kid actually went and looked it up. He's like, we don't have to actually pay these, right?
We don't actually have to,
right?
They're voluntary.
Yeah.
Federal, state. You have to pay state.
State's different. But federal. He was talking about federal taxes. He was like, in the tax code, it says on the second page of the book that they're voluntary.
So why are you paying them?
Why are we required to think that we're required to pay?
Because they won't teach us that we're not allowed, that we don't have to. They won't teach the actual laws in the real constitution how it actually is supposed to fucking go. So that way everything that fucking happens, you just go along with it.
Here's something I realized. Anymore. They don't teach the Constitution anymore
at all.
Well, here's what I realized last night.
Hold on. You want to know why? The reason they gave me that they don't teach the Constitution anymore in public school?
Why?
And in private school, actually, because Constitution Day falls during the summer.
Yeah, exactly. So
God!
Why teach it? Why teach it 11 other months?
Mm-hmm. And the Declaration of Independence, they teach about the Declaration of Independence, but not actually the context of it.
Yep.
I read my 17-year-old the words of the Declaration of Independence last year when I found out. Are you fucking kidding me? You've been through how many American history classes and you don't know what it says?
Well, you want to hear my conspiracy theory about that? So you know how they're not teaching kids how to write and read cursive anymore, correct? Mm-hmm. You know what the Declaration of Independence is written in, right?
Yeah.
In cursive. So they can change it to anything they want whenever they want, because these kids nowadays won't be able to read cursive, so they can change the wording on it when they have it in print.
Right. Well, I can somewhat go along with that, but I think it's just bullshit. They're not teaching them to be articulate, to be honest. That's where it kind of goes to me, because I still can get the Constitution outside of calligraphy. I mean, it's not hard to get outside of that, but still, nonetheless, I think they're teaching our youth to be fucking stupid.
Exactly.
No, you know why, right? Because plants crave Brondo. That's why. Because the plants crave Brondo. That's why, because they want everybody to be fucking idiocracy.
It's all about Brondo. It's always been about Brondo.
Exactly.
Brondo is Obama backwards. Do you even know that?
Pretty much.
Where the fuck have you been, Biz? Brondo backwards spells Obama.
Jesus, it's just it's so. That movie's so good, and if you've never seen that movie,
it's a fucking great movie.
But I noticed something the last time I watched it. If you ever noticed, if you watch it again, when you watch it again, watch Terry Crews when he's president has the 3 microphones like fucking Biden does.
Yeah,
the 2 microphones, and then he's holding a microphone. And I saw it. Me and Drunken Senpai Rich, we have a show on Thursdays called Off Label, and we were watching it again. And I go, holy shit, he's got the 3 microphones. He's got the 2 on the sides, and then he's holding the one. I was like, that's what fucking Biden does.
Yes, we are.
Yeah. Like from the toilet?
Water from the toilet?
toilet?
They're teaching our kids to be dumb. They're
Absolutely.
they want our kids to be dumb, so
it's
that way
fucking
they can.
frightening.
Well,
Well, you know how I test my son's teachers every year. At the beginning of the year, I write them a note in cursive, and if they can respond back to me properly, then I know he's going to be
Go away, I'm
a
baiting.
little bit okay.
I'm baiting. Stop, I'm baiting.
We pulled our kid out of school in, was it 3rd grade? Well, first we pulled him out of the first school when the teacher, I think no, that was 1st grade, when the teacher sent home a note saying that another child was hanging on his neck.
Oh, Jesus.
Oh, my Lord.
Okay. Another child, Connor bit this child because she was hanging on his neck. Hunging, hanging.
Now, understand there was no grammar, no nothing. There was no comma, no punctuation, no
nothing.
So I took the note and I took a red pen and I circled everything that was wrong, underlined it, and said, I'm sorry, I can't read this. And I sent it back to school with my son. In red pen to, exemplify the fact that you're a fucking retard and you're educating my son.
Mm-hmm.
Exactly. Yeah.
So we pulled him out of public school and we put him in charter school. And a couple years later, Lindsay, like he was straight up being choked out. Our kid was being choked out. And the only thing he could do was bite her hand because he didn't know what else to do.
By a girl?
Yeah. Because she was hanging on his neck. Now she's his best friend, by the way. But
it was obviously trying to get, nail it,
it was, I mean, like 6 years before, about 6 years before that, he'd locked her in a cabinet and put his back up against the door. So
it's kind of fucked up.
The teachers couldn't find
her. Great story to tell their kids later on in life.
Oh yeah, no, totally. I've already told him. I was like,
let's hurt each other.
That's my future daughter-in-law, though. You know that, right? I tell him all the time. I'm like, you better be nice to her because you're going to marry her one day. Anyway, except that she's been jabbed, so now I'm like, killing me, dude, killing me.
I'm not even going to make that joke. I was about.
But they've all been jabbed. His girlfriend's been jabbed too. I'm like, of course, she's not allowed over here anymore because her parents are afraid the FBI is going to raid us while she's here. Not even kidding.
Swear to God.
Seriously.
So speaking of kids in school and the president, we weren't talking about him, but this fucking video has made me laugh.
Oh my God.
So much since it came out.
I don't think I've seen this one yet.
This is so all right. So if Donald Trump was worried about Joe, which he's not, I know he's not, but if he was, this video solidifies why Joe Biden will not be the next president of this country.
Yeah, because he forgot the watermelon.
I already know what's happening now.
To be honest, you said chicken, and this is what I thought of when you said chicken. But I mean, they mocked Trump for eating a taco, right? They mocked him mercilessly.
Yes,
and they
made this video. They made this video.
Oh man, you got chicken fingers. You got cold beef. I want the root of making sure I had a hamburger. So tell me about you guys. What you doing these days?
Why don't you share
Which
about
one's
your
corn pop?
passion of sports?
I'm playing AAU basketball right now.
Are you really? Are you guard?
Yes, sir.
Now, what grade are you in?
7th grade.
7th grade.
Right now, I'm just doing basketball, playing guard on the JV team for my school.
How about in school? How y'all doing in school? You should tell the president about the school.
Favorite thing about it.
Does that dad not look fucking angry?
Yeah, right.
That dad's like, tell the president why you here. That dad is so pissed that he is in that house eating food with him, and he just like tell the president what are you doing in school? Tell him what you doing.
Tell the president what you doing so I can get paid and get this motherfucker out of my house.
Exactly. now you're onto it. That's
exactly.
my money.
You know what I mean? You get to like try.
Look at his face. Yeah, we do business. You people do business? They teach you people business? Look at his face.
He is. He's kind of looking at him like, dude, really? You guys do that? I didn't know you could. I didn't know black people could do that.
He's looking at him like, you smell good. Can I smell you?
Oh my God.
I've also been in like
7th grade. My favorite age.
Yeah, we went to this small dry cleaning business, and it's cool. It's a great experience.
I'm impressed.
I'm impressed. You're not out there selling drugs.
Yes, sir. It is. It just started. just a couple of years ago.
Under
you know
Trump.
how much this guy loves you. You just feel it, can't you?
Yes, yeah.
Your dad jumped in front of a bullet for you. By the way, dads are hard to raise. Once you're a teenager, we're hard to raise.
You
You
know.
gotta be patient with us, you know what I mean?
There's no way he's actually there.
Patient.
All right, Grandpa.
Like that looks like the most AI'd shit. Like it doesn't
really
even
does.
look like he's actually in the room.
It's
No.
like a tablet that has his face on it.
Right? They're just
or
talking
whatever,
to it,
on
and
a
then they're
green
like,
screen.
let's just superimpose him in afterward, you know?
I can't wait to find out. Like, there's like a set for that somewhere, like right across from
Totally.
the White House,
Right.
in that executive
Oh,
office
yeah.
building.
In the
We're gonna
Eisenhower
walk
building?
in, and there's going to be like a set, and you're going to see like a Secret Service agent standing in the corner that looks exactly like the dad, and he's going to be like, "I wasn't there. That wasn't me. I didn't
It's
say
gonna,
that."
and the sign says the token room.
Yeah.
The kids are actually not kids; they're actually little
Nobody's
people that
smoking.
they hired.
Oh no. Mick can sniff out a little person from a mile away. He likes to throw them against walls
Smells like cabbage.
and see if they stick.
Midgets? Yeah. Oh yeah.
They
Oh,
always
yeah.
smell like cabbage.
Circus people.
They smell of cabbage. Their hands smell
Why
of
do they
cabbage.
smell?
Anybody still notice that he still has not done a fucking speech from the Oval Office, or has not gone to the press room at
Correct.
all?
Yes,
Like anybody-
because they can't put an invisible teleprompter in there.
Has anybody noticed that he hasn't done a
The Eisenhower
State of the
building.
Union?
Yeah, he did.
Yeah, when
With the
He's
last
done
Not
one?
yet.
Yeah, we still haven't seen another one.
No,
That's
it'll
right.
be.
It is February. It
it's
is
supposed to
February.
be in March. He's
Yeah.
supposed to have another one in March. But yeah,
Right.
the first one he did, it was only like an hour, right?
Yeah.
Not even.
But
There's a fake Oval Office set in the Eisenhower
Yeah.
building.
Yeah,
that
there
was
literally is. Yeah.
specifically designed for FDR, I believe,
Mhm.
because they didn't want the American people to know that he couldn't walk. And so
Right.
there's a whole set up there with a special place for the press and teleprompters. And of course, they've updated it since FDR. So now they
Because-
have all the bells and whistles, the lickies and chewies and whatnot. So Biden always does his press conferences in there.
From the commie room.
Which is ironic because we
there's
have a president now that can't
everywhere.
think.
right.
You know,
And he's also a commie bastard,
He can't
same
even
as FDR was.
regurgitate
So.
whatever comes out of his earpiece.
The reason it was set up that way is they had an elevator in there, and the elevator was right behind the podium. So when they'd roll FDR onto the podium or behind the podium under the ground, and then the elevator would bring him up, and he would already be standing. So nobody saw him sitting in a wheelchair.
Oh.
That was the idea behind it. Well, that's all been converted over now. Obviously, it's different. Now it's used for Joe's pandering
Oh,
to
yeah,
the American
absolutely.
public, pretending like he's still in charge of this country, which
You got
he's
any
not.
questions?
because-
Shoot them in the comments. We'll see.
Look at that. You
see if
got
we can
Twitch.
answer it. Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Mhm.
I actually like Twitch
We're gonna
quite a
get
bit.
Yeah,
We did too.
We did too, but then we got booted
We got
off. of it.
booted.
Did
And then
you?
Yeah.
We
Oh,
got
yeah.
we got booted from Twitch.
When she went off on the tranny thing, that got us booted
like
from Twitch.
4 channels
Fuck yeah.
booted from Twitch. Not one of wasn't even ours.
Yeah.
That's fucking stupid, man. Now it seems like we've talked all sorts of shit, and Twitch hasn't really fucked with us. But I will say this: Twitch seems like they're letting more go now. Maybe not then, but a little more now. But also they're age restricting areas, blah blah blah. So they're like putting people in sections and shit, which I mean may help whenever it comes to like if you just want to talk whatever the fuck you want.
Twitch is for playing games on it, and if you're
Yeah.
playing COD on Twitch, you'd get banned every 36 seconds from the commentary. So they have to have some leeway.
Yeah.
I tried the TikTok live. So I went live and played Call of Duty on it. I got banned for a week because somebody might have said faggot or yelled it on my live, and they didn't ban me at all for it until like 3:00 in the morning. And
Was
I
that
know who
what
did it.
someone- Okay.
Yeah, I know who did it, and I talked to him. I go, bro, you got me. And he's like, I'm sorry. I'm like, I don't give a fuck. I really don't care. It was the first time I tried it, and I got banned the first day. And I was like,
That's fucking hilarious.
I don't give a fuck. Like, but I mean, come on. You have something that people say the most derogatory shit. Even on COD now, they tell you, oh, you might be banned from the server for saying something stupid. Meanwhile,
Yeah,
I've yet to see anybody banned.
Hey, get this. Okay. I had my mics. All right. I got Call of Duty because we were going to do a thing on Friday nights because we were trying to figure out what to do when the football season ended. So I figured we get a bunch of people together. We go in and kill a bunch of 11-year-olds, in Call of Duty and shit. So I went in there just by myself. with one game just to see how bad it was, just to see if people were still doing all that shit. Dude, there was one kid, I swear to God, he couldn't have been more than 10 years old, or at least he didn't sound like he was more than 10 years old. He dropped an N-bomb about every 5 seconds in the game. And I was just like, this can't go because you can't broadcast that shit. You get dropped off faster than fuck. And then me and James from We the People Radio started doing it. We started playing, and he's just like, and we were sitting there having conversations about it. We we're like, should we? No, we're not going to air. Because, like, even when we were playing, we started fucking we're like, oh, you motherfucker. And shit got serious. It was like, oh, damn. It's like, yeah, we can't do this. So we obviously have decided that's a no starter because we get banned from everything almost immediately. I was like, holy shit, I'm going to call somebody a tranny ass faggot and then fucking shoot him in the head and then nut tap his fucking.
Oh, yeah.
But listen, to be honest with you, it should be allowed.
Wait, hold on real quick. So you say the whole nut tapping thing. Have you heard the stories about this girl? I think she is suing someone for basically rape for them doing things to her in virtual reality.
Oh, yeah.
What?
People have been getting
reality game rape thing.
Seriously, people have been getting sexually assaulted in virtual reality.
Yes.
Right, which I mean, I'm going to be honest.
In the very beginning.
I'm going to go ahead and say this. That's not assault.
No.
It's fucking not real. Back the fuck up. It's like that's the whole thing is like, you know what you can do if that's happening?
Take it off.
Just take it the fuck out. You're not in reality, homie. Like this is ridiculous.
Listen, we're getting closer and closer to robots have feelings, okay?
Yeah, I know,
and they have rights. But
I'm waiting for that to happen.
Making movies about that for decades. Obviously, that's what's coming.
Have you not seen AI, artificial intelligence, with Haley Joel Osment for crying out loud?
Yeah.
I felt bad for the robot at the end. And I was like, wait a second, but he's not real.
The Centennial.
Bicentennial.
One of my favorite movies.
Yep.
But we are
With Robin
80%
Williams.
loaded. We are 80% loaded right now.
I'm like the chick on the
Demolition
plane.
Man.
That dude is not real.
Dude, they killed her too. You know that, right? That chick that came out playing Tiffany Gomez, that chick is not real. Like, that is not the real one.
No, the one that's doing the interviews as opposed to the one on the plane.
Completely
That's two
different
different.
person.
Yeah, it is.
The one doing the
It's
interviews.
like Jose Campos in
on the plane
freaking
is
Las
like
Vegas.
maybe a mid-6, maybe a mid-5. The one doing the interviews is definitely a 10.
Yeah,
That was like, when I saw that, I was like, whoa, she's like uber hot. The other chick,
right. It just doesn't. It doesn't look the fucking same, and she doesn't
Makeup
like.
can go a long way, but it doesn't make you lose 30 pounds in a week.
No.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
So Dark Sage asked the question. I find it strange how
Yeah.
How everyone is quick to attack any president for flaws or being a racist, but I've never heard anyone on the left or the media ever say one bad thing about President Eisenhower. I do not understand. Many people remember him, but it's always strange to me why he is off limits to say anything bad about or being negative. Towards it.
Hold on here. I'll go ahead. President Eisenhower, you're a fucking gay ass motherfucker. I don't know. I don't have no idea about him.
Was Eisenhower gay?
No, and guess what?
No, he's
Nobody
just stuck in a chair.
in this area, nobody's off limits.
No.
Yeah.
Eisenhower. No, Eisenhower was FDR was in the chair.
Right.
FDR was in a chair. FDR
Yeah,
had
Eisenhower
3
was
terms.
the general.
Oh, hold on. Wait a minute. Yeah, then
Eisenhower-
FDR. Fuck FDR. He's a fucking commie bitch. That's
Yeah,
what he is.
and Eisenhower wasn't far behind. Eisenhower basically started turning this
Forwarded all
country
the-
into a socialist nation.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah.
So,
Okay.
wasn't the original
It is
Green New
weird.
Deal under Eisenhower?
It is
No,
weird.
that was FDR.
That was FDR.
That was FDR
I get them
too.
confused sometimes. Yeah.
Because he did the Interstate Act and all that shit, and he
Yep.
did the Green New Deal was all under FDR. That was all
I
FDR.
thought Eisenhower was the interstate thing.
Oh,
I don't know.
Interstate. I know. Or no, you're right. FDR did land management. You're right.
Yeah.
It was Eisenhower that did the interstate, and FDR did land management. You're right.
FDR was the one who tried to come out with the second Bill of Rights too,
Correct.
which was leading straight towards socialist commie.
But I got a question. When is fucking Carter gonna die already? Hasn't he been in hospice for 6 months?
Never.
Like
No,
this dude
okay,
is just
Never.
Here's the thing about hospice. When they put you in hospice, they take you off of all your drugs. what they don't tell you is that a lot of people that go into hospice once they come off of all those drugs get better.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Hey, on all this
drugs
shit,
are killing you,
and they go home. But hold on, I want to answer Dark Sage. Dark Sage.
Yeah.
The reason you put the answer in your question, which I love it when people do that. Okay, we played this video tonight of this guy who was going off on this other video of a guy going around interviewing people, asking them what was more impactful, 9/11 or January 6th. And these young kids were saying January 6th. Okay. And this guy's freaking out. But here's the deal. Those kids weren't alive when 9/11 happened. Right. They've only heard about it. So for them, January 6th was more impactful because they didn't watch the buildings fall. They didn't watch people jumping out of the buildings. They didn't get all the fear propaganda that we got for years afterwards. They got
remember what it was like to go through the terminal without getting patted down by TSA and
correct.
They have sexual assault encounter.
So the only thing we know about Eisenhower is what the mainstream media has ingrained in us, or American history books have ingrained in us since we were kids.
Right.
So
well, that's good. He warned us of some of that, which I mean, military industrial complex is good for one thing, but it's entirely too fucking big. And I'm sorry, when it comes to Eisenhower right here, here's the one thing I'm going to say is, fuck Social Security. I don't care if people like it or not. I don't care if people are like, oh yeah, protect the old people. Learn how to fucking take your own money and do something with it. Put it the fuck away. Quit thinking that the government is going to fucking hand you your shit back. It's not going to. You're going to get 74% of what you put in. And guess what else it is? Taxable.
But the government hands you your money, don't they? You don't trade in gold or silver anymore. How are you going to put that wealth away? Where's it going to go? It's going to go right back to the government in taxes every single way. 15 cents for every dollar is literally what comes out after taxes.
Yeah, and guess what? They still borrow from that shit to do other shit, like fund wars and
they borrow against your birth certificate.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Oh, it's fucking crazy. Like you're nothing but a commodity in this country.
That's exactly what you are. You are a commodity. And you know what happens when you die? You are still a tradable commodity.
Yep.
That's why they don't give a shit if they kill half of America or more. We're coming up on the Deagle predictions next year.
Why do you think they're trying to cut out also what is it? Financial wealth, family wealth over time.
Oh, yeah.
And even Vivek was a proponent of some of that too, like the tax after death, like
dude, the death tax. Yeah.
Don't get me started on Vivek Ramaswamy.
I think he's a fucking snake. I've been saying that from the beginning. He says a lot of good things.
No, you have not.
Yes, I have. Yes, I have.
Shit. No, I have to stop you right there, Scott.
This nanoparticle shit.
I like the few things he says, but I've said I think he's a snake.
He's a WEF fucking snake in the grass. He was literally a young world leader for the World Economic Forum on what, babe? On climate change in 2021. And when he decided he wanted to run for president as a Republican, he sued the WEF to have his name taken off of there. But he was all about it when he was there. When he was selling lipid nanoparticles to the drug companies to make the vaccines that he's now coming out against after he made billions of dollars on it. Which meant that because he was already making billions of dollars on his medical sick care companies.
Right.
He didn't actually need to take that loan from the Soros Foundation to pay for his schooling like he said he did. He already had $1 million in the bank that he was sitting on when he took money from the Soros Foundation.
That's what I still don't get.
Believe that he's going to be the vice president of the United States under Donald J. Trump? Well, he might be, because you know what? Trump's not always been Trump's like Taylor Swift and fucking picking his.
Yeah.
Listen,
I have to say something real quick. Scott, I apologize. It wasn't you. It was the other one.
It's me.
Yeah, he was the Ramaswamy.
I'm the problem. It's I like.
I was the one who was like, you know what? He's coming out too strong, and I like everything that he says. So
I like him.
I think he's a snake.
Listen,
like right.
I liked him like I like Trump.
He was giving me.
Just fucking people
I
over.
don't care if anybody likes her. He was giving me Candace Owens vibes.
Yeah.
Oh,
dude,
you mean
I don't like her.
Candace Owens Farmer, who's married to someone who's in line for the British throne? That Candace Owens?
Yes.
That would be Lady Candace Owens Farmer, by the way.
Married to somebody who's British? Are you fucking saying
he's married I want to say he's like 8th or 9th in line for the British throne. Like he's pretty high up there in the British royalty elite pedo circle there.
Nah.
Oh my God.
Well,
so by the way, you were talking about Soros and all. So did you see that Uma Abedin has been dating Alexander Soros today?
Yeah.
That came out.
I always knew he was gay.
See, and I want to go back to this.
Uma's got a cock. I'm just letting you know if you didn't know. Uma's got a cock.
She's like a big Mike and fucking
dude. She's got a baby's leg hanging down in between her legs.
No wonder why Hillary liked her.
That's the reason why that's the reason why that they won't let you attack them, is because it's a deflection of the Marxist tactic of they will put it back on you, and you're damned if you do, you're damned if you don't. Because even if you try to attack Dwight, it would be disrespectful and disingenuous, and because he was a decent man who did his best. You know what? I did my best in a lot of my marriages and shit, and they still failed. Am I to blame? Probably. So guess what? So was he too.
So the next one, you're gay.
Yes. I'm doing the second half gay. It's gonna be way better.
This is number 3. That's why I'm sticking with it. It doesn't matter what happens. I'm here because my next step, I gotta put my cock in some dude's ass. Nope.
All right. We determined a long time. You know, he had brain surgery almost 18 years ago, and they told me then that if he survived the surgery, which is a 50-50 shot, that he'd be dead in 5 years. No ifs, ands, or buts. That was it. 5 years. That was his time limit, like his expiration date. And now, almost 19 years later, we've basically determined that God doesn't want him yet, and the devil's pretty fucking scared of him. So the only way he's going to die is if I kill him. So, like which is always an option, always available. He did teach me to shoot, so that's pretty good. But when we got married, I didn't give up my last name, and I didn't do that hyphenated bullshit. No. I took my maiden name as my middle name, and I took his last name as my last name, so that when I kill him, if I kill him, I can just drop his last name and just go right back to my maiden name. Super easy. See?
There you go.
Yeah.
Listen,
she hasn't been saying this for 20 years or nothing.
It's like
she was hoping for the 5, and you just stuck around. She's just like, what the fuck, man?
If I was gonna kill him, I would have done it when he was active, because then I would have gotten $500,000 tax free. Now, not so much.
I had a window. I'm not listening anymore.
Listen, my life is bookmarked. My life is bookmarked right now. So I started with a baby mama, and I'm ending it with a baby mama, and the 2 marriages in the middle. That's it. We're not getting married. That's it. It's just me and her for the rest of my life. I had a baby mama to start the life, 2 marriages, and now this, and it's done. I'm not fucking doing it ever. That's it. I have a book ending to the book starting.
There you go.
But I wanted to play this. Speaking of taxes, and I was talking about TikTok before, this video is the exact representation of taxes. If you don't understand what taxes are, this will tell you.
So you gonna take 40% of my paycheck in taxes? Most definitely. And then after you tax my check, you gonna tax me on anything I spend with the money left from my check that you already taxed. Oh, you getting it now. You this close to getting ready to chase the American dream. So let me get this shit straight. Bitch, you gonna tax my whole check. Give me what's left. Then I'm gonna spend that on something. And you're gonna tax me again for spending money that was already taxed. And after I buy something, I have to pay taxes on that. Or else you're gonna take it from me because I didn't pay taxes. Yes, and if you do that real hard and just pull up on your bootstraps with all your might, you will make it in this country. Bro, that sounds like some fucking bullshit. If I gotta pay taxes on anything that exists forever, anytime, always, every day, or else I fucking get my shit took or go to prison, do I own anything? No, y'all don't own shit. It's just a big lending system. We own everything, and we just sell you the illusion that you got something. You don't have shit. Miss a tax payment, I'm taking that shit. Miss another one, I'm taking your fucking life. You're going to prison. Don't like it? Leave. So you're going to take 40.
That is perfect. It's exactly it. And here's the thing. It's fucked up to say, but when it comes down to it too, is whenever the people are like, you know what? When it comes to voting, it should only be property owners. Cool. Do you pay taxes on your property, dog? Because guess what? You don't own that fucking property.
Hey, you know what?
Did you see? Well, guess what? In Michigan, on a ballot, this in 2024, there's a getting rid of property taxes in
there's a
Michigan
couple of states. There
on-
actually is like I think I don't know how many states, but there's a couple where you don't pay property taxes, but it's pretty fucking rare.
Okay, so there was if you go back and you look, if you bury somebody on your land, right?
I've heard about this before. I know
it automatically becomes zoned as a cemetery, right?
Yeah.
It's a tax write-off. You don't pay taxes on it.
Yep.
And you can never give it up. It's generational wealth. So get this. They can never take it from you either because you have a dead person on it. They can't remove you from it. So it's your land.
I just need a dead person.
So get this.
Right. She's like,
do they start coming up with cemeteries?
The neighbor across the street's really pissing us off.
When did they start coming up with cemeteries?
Eisenhower?
When they wanted to start taking your land, when they needed money, when they needed revenue for war. So we had to enact taxes. Well, what's going to make you pay your taxes? Well, if we can take your house, but you can't take our house because my parents are buried out back. We'll start cemeteries where you buy a plot of land and you'll put your in-law so we can take your land when you don't pay your taxes.
And they make you pay for it. You got to pay for that plot.
Think about that.
Right.
Where they used to just wrap you in a sheet, dig a hole 6 feet deep, drop your ass in there, and
have a good life.
Bury a dog over you. So if the cops came, they'd find the dog. And
man, I have so many dark jokes going through my head. Like before my grandma left, I should have been like, "Hey, you want to help me later on in life? You know, how about the backyard?"
My grandfather, and he's in a urn. I'm going to put him out in the backyard.
Ooh, do you think that's why there have been bigger pushes now too for people to get cremated and also to make them into trees when they die?
Yeah, that kind of makes sense.
Oh, and also I talk about this once every 6 months. I swear to God, it happens about how Washington and like 13 other states have approved people composting humans.
Yep.
And making them like
Soylent Green as people.
Yes.
Yeah.
Soylent Green as people.
Finally, the movie's coming to life.
Movement. But here's the thing: 13 states have approved for human composting to use them as fertilizer to grow food.
Yeah. No. Although I will say I did bury a dead chicken in my garden, and the plants do really well. But.
I mean,
so you're saying that government assisted suicide is coming to America so that way we can soil the plants?
Government assisted suicide already came to America in the form of a jibby jab.
Fuck. That got it.
Well, I was going to say Kevorkian, but that one too. So
yeah, remember when they prosecuted a guy for helping people die, and now the government is doing it for you?
Now Canada's like, let's do this shit.
Fucking Kevorkian spinning in his grave like, you motherfuckers.
Shit, Canada. Kevorkian would have been prime minister. He would have been the king of Canada. He would have been the king of Canada.
No, he would have been the
they would have made him a better van. It would have been a dry. That's all. I mean, shit.
Listen, it would have been just the way the vaccine was. You just pull up to a fucking 7-Eleven, tell some guy you need a vaccine shot, and they'll just give it to you.
Well, that was basically how it was happening here for the most part.
This is what drives me crazy. Is like people are talking about these vaccines and everything. You know, get the vaccine. Since when are you allowed to go into a fucking parking lot and just have some random person put something into your body and didn't you go to jail for that? Wasn't it called shooting up heroin? And like
this is the legalized version.
Yeah, but those aren't government regulated shots, right? They don't make any money off of that. Well, except for the initial money from when they brought it in. You know, the CIA shipped it in and distributed it and cut it down and distributed it some more and then sold it to you and then made you pay for methadone to try and wean you off of it, which is a government-sponsored drug, by the way. Yeah, but they made more money off the jabs.
You know, that's I just put 2 and 2 together. That's why they were giving out those what do you call those the heroin kits to everybody out in those cities. They were just trying to make pharmacists to help everybody out.
You remember the crack? You remember the crack pipes? They were handing out free crack pipes and free needles.
Listen.
That was taxpayer-funded crack pipe. Why didn't I get mine? Where's mine?
There is something to be said about drug addicts becoming pharmacists. Okay, when I was in high school, one of my best friends, he was a 6'5" Puerto Rican who looked like an American Indian, right?
He grow us that big? Holy shit.
No shit. I couldn't even imagine. He was incredibly tall, and he like his arms and legs were like fucking Gumby. Okay. He was the best breakdancer I ever saw. It was crazy. Like he could make his limbs move in the craziest way.
Maybe he'll be
for a big dad.
When he found out that I was allergic, like I used to turn down drugs all the time because I was allergic to everything. Like I'm allergic to everything. I can smoke weed. That's about it. But he was like, "Oh, try some X." I was like, "I can't, honey. I'm allergic to all opiates, all narcotics, basically anything processed. Like I can't have it. It'll kill me." And he was like, "Oh, I got your girlfriend." So he would make me pure MDMA.
Oh shit!
From sassafras, which is where it comes from. He'd make me straight Molly. He'd make me acid so that I knew it was pure.
You got the real shit, dog.
Like the real shit. He ended up going up to fucking Boston University he went to Northeastern in Boston as a pharmacy major because he'd learned so much making drugs, fucking street drugs, that he was like, fuck, I'll learn how to make real drugs. He became a fucking pharmacist.
He's that William Dafoe meme. Well, I'm someone of a scientist.
When I was in college,
why are you hating?
When I was in college,
there's so much hate here.
It was amazing.
Why are you hating?
Dude, when I was in college, no, they were hating on
because
drugs.
he became Fauci's understudy. That's why she hates
him. No. When I was in college, I used to drive up to Boston to see him, and I would come home with I'd go because I was at UConn and he was in Boston. It was like 2.5 hours, right? And I would come home with like a big Centrum A to Z bottle just filled with Mollies. I'd sell those bitches for like $30 a pop. I'd make $3,000 in a weekend and still have stuff to party with. It was great.
Holy shit. Damn.
Yeah. It was fun times.
I tried Molly once. I tried Molly once and it was like the new 21 Jump Street. They go through all those phases. I went through all those phases. I was like, holy shit. I was laughing. I was crying. I was fucking happy. I was sad. It was bad. I didn't like it. It wasn't a good trip for me.
I'm sorry.
It wasn't a good trip.
Having a bad trip.
It was. Hi, my name's Jeff.
My name's Jeff.
It was wild. That's all I had to say.
And to close out a little bit of Valentine's Day, I thought I'd bring up this post, which was pretty fucking based. Fucking Ron Paul is hilarious. So let's look at some of his cards that he made. Roses are red, violets are blue, taxes are theft, and inflation is too.
True.
Like that.
Good job.
See this next one. Unlike fiat currency, you're worth something to me. I can't wait to use that.
Yeah, tell me how that one works.
Yeah, probably terrible. Is it just me, or is there an invisible hand guiding us together? And do you believe in property rights? Because I'd like to take a stake of claim on your heart. Oh,
it's fucking gayer than AIDS. Why are
okay, that last one was pretty fucking gay. I can't lie.
Gayer than AIDS.
That was Fauci's fault, AIDS.
Exactly. AZT too. He came up with the cure for that one too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fauci was definitely definitely a villain. Fauci was the fucking villain. He was so mad about AZT and AIDS that they booted him off.
The son of Mother Teresa, but we don't know if Mother Teresa was his mother or his father.
Bro, no, he's like this century's like Sidney Gottlieb, you know?
Oh, yeah.
Like from the 40s, the guy that like they called him, what is it? The Black Alchemist is what they called him.
Dude, Gretchen Whitmer literally had a fucking candle with his face on it.
Oh, yeah.
It was insane.
Oh, my God.
Thank you, Jaeger Bomb.
Gretchen Whitmer. Dude. Her name's being danced around for president.
If Big Mike.
Jesus Christ. If she I would I would almost rather vote for a lot of other Democrats over her, and I would never vote for a Democrat. She is a fucking cunt. Like, why would anybody want her in there?
Bro.
Well, it's Gavin Newsom, her,
right?
Obviously Big Mike, and what's the other guy's name?
Okay, so seriously, do you guys think Michelle Obama? Do you even think Michelle Obama would run, because she consistently consistently says she won't.
All of the Republicans have said that she won't run. She's going to run.
She's already filed. She's already filed the paperwork.
So were the Republicans. Yeah, she's already filed. Her FEC filing's already in.
It may go down, folks. Big Mike versus Trump. That would be fucking wild, dude.
My point is this: the Republicans have been wrong about everything. They haven't been right about a fucking thing.
No. They are the best at stealing defeat straight out of the jaws of victory.
Somebody said that about Trump today too. They were like, he's the best at just stealing fucking defeat right out of the jaws of victory because of stupid shit he says. I'm like, you're right. You're very right. You're leading so much, and you're still stupid with the shit you say.
I say let him say it. I mean,
I do too.
What's the thing that he said this time? Oh, Nikki Haley. What? Oh, Nikki Haley's been cheating on her fucking husband for the last fucking 2 years. Really?
She has been.
Everybody knows.
No, absolutely.
We've seen the sworn affidavits. There is nobody. She is going to lose South Carolina so epically. It is going to be hysterical.
She lost to nobody by 2 times.
Right? Yeah.
She literally boosted millions herself. She boosted millions herself.
Happy Valentine's Day, gravy. Hell yeah. Which
I
totally agree. Then whenever people are like, well, he just doesn't think about what he says, whatever else, I'm like, I don't fucking care. To be honest, like
at least he thinks, sort of.
Yeah, well, I mean even
at this point, with what we've been dealing with for the last 3 years, you mean to tell me we have a president with a pulse and you're going to vote against that? We have one right now that is dead in the White House. Right. Look what he's done to us. Well, now we're going to have one with a pulse. We might actually get something done.
Well, exactly. Well, for me, whenever people say shit like that, it's like, you know what's funny is you want to get mad about shit that he says, but did he keep every other fucking country in check?
Right.
Okay.
How about
story? Enough said. Like
when you get Vladimir Putin calling you crazy, then there's a problem. When Vladimir Putin's like, I'm not fucking doing it. I'm not touching those guys. That fucking president's nuts. I don't know what the fuck he's gonna do. Now he's like, yeah, let Biden win. I know what the fuck that guy's gonna do. Die.
Yeah. Well, prediction wise too, it's like so there was an article saying out today that basically the world is predicting that Donald Trump is going to be coming in, so NATO countries have actually started
saving money to pay
more
later.
Money into it. Like Germany is now going to be paying 3%, and they haven't done that since the Cold War ended.
Well, again, when Donald Trump steps into office, he should take us out of NATO.
Because there won't be an election.
Absolutely.
Because if we get taken out of NATO, that just stops the money laundering that's going on right now. And that's all NATO is. It's one big money laundering operation.
Yeah.
We've been paying billions into it for years, and nobody else has put the same amount of money that we put into NATO.
Nope.
Which is so funny because you have NATO, but then you have the same countries that they're against all in the UN. So I just don't.
You know how I know NATO is fucking bullshit? Every time I ever went anywhere and the NATO guys were there, they were wearing the same equipment we were. That U.S. soldiers were wearing.
Right.
All they did was paint their helmets blue. That's it. They had the same exact helmet, same exact uniform, same exact body armor, carrying the same exact weapons. Maybe not as cool as mine at the time, but they all had blue helmets on. And I was like, wait a minute. Why don't we just call it the U.S. Army and not call it NATO?
Right.
Because literally it's the same thing.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
yeah.
This was fun.
Yes.
I'm so happy we got to be with you guys.
Yeah,
you guys got to be with us.
I'm so happy you guys came on. It was fucking awesome. And definitely before we get off here, plug your guys' stuff, tell everybody where to reach you and all that jazz. Go through 87 of your
it's only
85 have been canceled.
It's 13 shows a week, and we broadcast across, I don't know, a dozen platforms or something. So every morning, Monday through Friday at 8 a.m., I do the Good Book, which is modern day prophecy and Bible reading. So modern day prophecy and millennial old prophecy. I don't comment on the Bible reading because I think that the word speaks for itself and people hear it as they're supposed to. And
I just saw some of that. I'm gonna start watching that. I just saw some of that. It's cool.
it's a lot of fun. It's my favorite show, and I think the most important one that we do, actually, even though he doesn't do it. But anyway, so the Good Book every morning, Monday through Friday, and then Saturdays I do it as well at 9 a.m. though, just so I can sleep in a little bit. And then right after that, we actually play our friend Liana Wilbert's show on our channels all day from 9:05 until 4 p.m. in the afternoon. So we mirror her show. She goes all day. And then we have the Patriot Party podcast every Monday through Friday at 6 p.m. 5:45 for the pre-show, which is 15 minutes of whatever music is running through Mixhead that day.
You can kind of tell how this show is going to go if you listen to the music.
Yeah.
I asked Mama J, I said, what is their show again? Because I want to watch you guys' show before you came on. And I'm it's just music just kept going. I was like, do I have the right show? Is this the right show? It just music just kept going and go. I'm like, it's just music. And I'm like, and then finally I got to it and I saw you guys. I was like, oh, there is a show. I was like, I thought I had the wrong show.
No, we just have the longest intro ever.
We have 15 minutes of music and then we have like a fucking 15-minute intro before we even get in camera. So if you're watching a replay, and not the overnight replay, just the, going back to the regular show replay, then skip forward like 20 minutes so that you can actually
get
into the show. And then overnight now I do replays as well. So I replay the Good Book from, if you don't get up at 8 a.m, or if you have to work or whatever, that kicks off at 9 p.m. every night. And then followed by Liana's show from the day before, and then our Patriot Party podcast from the day before. And then on Saturdays at 2 p.m., I do Freedom Gardens with my best friend Heather most of the time, because part of our whole life changed when I quit my job and we moved here. I started growing all of our food, and I discovered electroculture, which is really cool and a whole nother show. But basically it's Antiquitech. You take copper wire, you wrap it on natural wood, you stick it in the ground, your plants grow twice as fast and 5 times bigger. So last year I started my gardens in April, which was really late because we live in the South. I should have started in February, which I did this year. Started in April. Within 40 days, I was feeding the family exclusively out of our gardens, 2 20 by 20 foot gardens.
That's dope.
It was amazing.
Yeah.
My Tabasco pepper plant got to be every branch was over 9 feet long. My okra was 14 feet tall. I had to put a ladder inside my garden to harvest my okra. It was crazy.
That's
awesome. I would get 2 and 3 okras in every, like, usually get 1, in every like arm
pod,
right? And every pod. No, there was like 2 or 3 in every single one. It was crazy. My green beans were twice the size, like twice as long as my hand, and they were just regular green beans. They weren't like the badass ones or anything.
You're like GMO free, bitch.
Totally. I put 30 jars of pickles from 6 cucumber plants. Like,
that's the shit, dude.
Wow.
It was wild. We had so much food. It was crazy. So this year I was like, okay, I need to grow twice as more because I didn't have enough to can, because we have 20 chickens and 2 big dogs and 2 children and the 2 of us to feed. So we grew enough where I could walk out to the garden every night and pick our dinner, but not enough to save. So now I'm growing twice as much so that we can save more. So that'll be really good. So Freedom Gardens Saturdays at 2 p.m. And I teach people about electroculture, how to grow your own food, what's grown in the gardens. I'm teaching our 12-year-old how to cook. So we have a new segment called Cooking with Liam. Because he wanted to learn. So it's mostly baking right now. We're going through a cookie book. So like this, we just made peanut butter chocolate chip cookies last night. We do like iced tea and lemonade from real lemons, like that kind of thing. So the basics, making your own bread, making your own butter, all that good stuff. And then Sundays, everybody's favorite show is Truspiracy, which is our conspiracy theory show. And that kicks off at 2 p.m. And it is literally anything and everything. It could be
3 hours. It could be 5 hours. It could be 8 hours. It's gone that long before.
I think the longest one we did was just over 8 hours.
8 hours.
Yeah.
8 hours and 22 minutes. And it was all about JFK and his assessment.
Oh, yeah.
We brought Corey Hughes on for one.
And
that was amazing.
His book is actually coming out next month, and I cannot wait to get it.
But we talk about climate change, or debunking it or rebunking it or whatever. And we'll talk about angels and demons and God. We've read most of the Apocrypha. So Truspiracy can literally go absolutely anywhere. This Sunday is get your go bag ready. We're doing a whole show on what to put in your go bag.
There you go. Good. Bug out bag edition.
Exactly.
Hell yeah.
So yeah, Sundays are a grab bag of fun.
That's the shit.
Yeah. So anyway, you can find us at the Patriot Party Podcast, patriotpartypod.com. We'll bring you to all of our channels. I probably have to update it. But look on Rumble, look for the Patriot Party Podcast. We've got the lion logo. Kind of see it. Yeah.
There.
Yeah.
There it is. Or it's on my t-shirt too. There we go. So also on pilled.net.
Nope, wrong one.
There we go.
Wasn't me.
So many different places. Actually, here you go. Oh no, that's not the one.
No, that's him too.
It's all good.
You can't do it, I don't think.
Pill.net, redpills.tv. Just the first hour of our show goes on Red Pills. And I think
that's it.
An X at VLNQ.
Yep.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
We broadcast a lot.
And make sure you guys obviously follow them. Go give them a listen and
you
tune
can
in stuff.
Follow us. Also, you can follow me at MW Troublemaker on Twitter, on TikTok, Troublemaker Davey. You can find me also tomorrow on the Off Label Podcast. You had one job. Listen, we've been doing this almost 2 years. We still don't know what the fuck we're doing.
I know my one job turns into like 7, and I suck at them.
Listen, you should see us on Sundays on the Weekend Hangover at 7 Central, 8 Eastern. It's me and Mama J. We talk documentaries and pop culture. And
8 in the morning?
No, at night.
Oh, at night.
Okay. Are you fucking kidding me? What are you
no. Murder documentaries at fucking 8 in the morning are fantastic. Start your day off well.
Yeah, I was about to say, I'm going to kill my husband today.
Very quickly.
But
I will murder you and not leave any trace anywhere. Don't piss me off today.
You want bacon and eggs or pancakes? So you can,
Your sister, which one?
We'll sit there and go, are you going to say the welcome or am I going to say the welcome? And then we'll both go, okay. And then we'll start the show and both of us are sitting there like this. Are you gonna go or am I gonna okay. Hi, I'm Davey.
Time. And we have a plan and everything. And
Yeah.
just
So you can find me tomorrow at Off Label Podcast on Rumble and on YouTube at 8:30 Central, 9:30 Eastern. You can find me and Mama J on Sundays at the Weekend Hangover at 7 Central, 8 Eastern PM.
on Rumble.
On Rumble. Whatchamacallit. And Mama J.
I can be on X, Twitter, whatever you call it. You can find me at Suburban Mama 1, Suburban Mama, that's the number 1. Find me there.
Yeah, and you can find me at all the other places. I'm not even going through all that. So it was awesome having you all on, and awesome having you all on again soon.
Thank you guys. Appreciate you guys coming on.
Hell
this
yeah.
is fun.
Not a problem.
It's
and
fun.
Have a good night out there in the world, and love
Love
y'all.
y'all.
Talk to you guys later, and see you next Wednesday.